I know. Hello, I'm Wormholio got me. The Wormholio got me. Cheers, everybody. 370.5, the wormhole. How you doing, Mr. Smiley? You know, I didn't even get to say goodbye. Did you notice that? You forgot to transfer over a host back to me. I was like, oh, shit. I was all geared up for the shout out, too.
I noticed it on the 20-second delay too. I was like typing in chat and I'm like, oh fuck, it just dropped out. Oh, it's my bad. My bad.
It's undescribable, that blank look, too. It's like,
It needed on camera. Yeah, it was fun.
you killed it, though. Great episode tonight.
Yeah, dude. T-Dog killed it. He's easy to talk to.
He's a fun guy.
He is a fun guy.
He's a fun guy to talk to.
He does some cool
Missed
stuff.
out on the contest details, so I'm guilty of that. I was walking to the car when the contest details were being spewed out.
Oh,
what was being?
Yeah. You're supposed to DM him the answer to what two tokes means to you or whatever, and then he's gonna wade through those and come up with 20 of them, I think. And then he's gonna talk to his friends, and they're gonna come up with the 10, something like that. And then he's gonna post it on IG, and then IG gets the vote on, and then the top 3 win.
Holy cow! That's some scrutiny for the winners there.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, that's really being toned down.
Yeah,
what was
he wanted
giveaway?
to be fair, and he wanted to hear what people had to say about it, and he's got some cool shit to give away, man. Really, I don't know. That's a cool prize pack. Worth a few minutes to
I just need to get over there. Get over there and find out for my fucking self, right?
Yeah, I guess. I got to do it too. I got it written down.
I seen you writing it down too. I was like, look at Smiley going. He's writing that shit down.
Oh, yeah. T-Dog art, man.
I'm lazy about that shit. I'm like, I'll rewind it. I'll rewind it. It's there. It's there. Done.
Done and done.
So lazy. I use my Instagram a lot like that too for my garden. The first day of seeds, click posts. What day did I drop them? Let's look back to IG.
You really do that still?
Oh yeah. I
just write the date on the dang tag, man. I don't know. I guess I move them in shifts, so I only write the date on one tag because they're all this, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like at least I know what that area is, or tent, so to speak, would be. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had that catch. The only reason I did Eagle is I've had that catch me though. You know, where like some runs they just finish at a different fucking time, and it's weird to explain, but I don't know. I just haven't had them go like real consistent. There seems to be these, I don't know, different time frames that shit finishes up.
Same strain, are you saying, or just different strains? Obviously, different strains are finishing up different.
But even the same strains, I've had that. Sometimes I don't know.
Yeah, some different phenols.
Like if a room got roasted.
So you don't pheno select?
Am I?
I was gonna say you don't pheno select. Are you running multiple phenols and it's just difference in phenols that are finishing earlier than the others, or is it the same sisters and you're saying different parts of the room?
I'm saying the same cutting of it, and it's just run different times at different parts of the room or whatever, wherever they landed. But I've noticed that sometimes they're not as far along as I think they are, or sometimes they're further along than what I think they are. You know what I'm saying? Like just trying to visually do it. Then I look back at the date and I'm like, holy fuck, these are 6 weeks in already, you know? Like they don't even look like that right now or whatever. You never had that where it's kind of like different?
From HPS to my LED tents are at least a week different, to be honest with you. Anything under that LED side finishes up way quicker than the HPS side.
That might
So
be
with
it.
that aspect, yeah.
That might be it. I didn't think of that.
Uh,
I
you,
guess.
I thought yours was pretty well like set up, like zones almost. LED, maybe something else. You know, your metal highlight. You like some metal highlight in there as well, right?
Yeah, there's 12 fixtures in the flower room, and then there's 3 rows of 4 fixtures is how I do it, and then the 2 outside rows are LED, and then there's a middle row that's HPS. But I got I don't know, it's like sunken down where the middle row is, so I got an extra 3 feet of ceiling height there. So that's where I run the double ended 1,000 watts. So, I don't know. I just got them because I never had the chance to run the double ended, so I wanted to. And they're pretty cheap. I mean, as far as light fixtures go. So
So is that? I can't help but ask. Is that old like what do they call that? Like a chauffeur's coffin? What something like that? They used to call that back in the day. In the early like 40s to 60s, a lot of like more upscale garages had like a pit dug out in the garage. You'd throw boards down, and when you wouldn't need to work on your car, you could pull out those boards, and the chauffeur or whoever was taking care of the car could actually lay in there and do your auto mechanics, you know, instead of actually having to jack up the vehicle. They just crawled in the
yeah.
pit. And it wasn't very deep. It was only, you know, three feet at best. It's probably the deepest I've ever seen them. But you know, they're usually like 2 feet, something like that.
I have no
So is
idea.
that what's going on there?
No, now that you say that, I have no idea. I don't think so because there's no way it's a garage. It's not. It's attached to a barn, and the way it looked, Eagle, was like where the one row I have in flower is on the. It looked like there was a door where they could let livestock in from the barn, and then somehow it would go a loop around, and then there was another door to the barn, and then yeah, and the pit is where the drain and everything is. So I don't know if that was for milking or what, but it looked like they could just let livestock in one side and walk them right around the thing into the other side. And then there's the other weird part is there's 2 big ass fucking pane windows in between my flower room and my bedroom. So I had to, got them all blocked off or whatever. But I don't know what the fuck they were doing in there before. Like it's attached to this barn. There's these 2 big. It's almost like they had it where they could like an auction house or something where they could bring in livestock and people could view it through these pane windows or something and bid on it somehow or whatever. I don't know. It's been a mystery to me. I look at it all the time. I'm like, what the fuck? What would they have been doing with that?
Well, back to the grow side, I can't help but wonder now if it was dug down for tractor height.
That might be too. That might be too for a tractor. I don't know. There's big poles that run along the side of it though, almost like there was a railing up. So I don't know if
Not to
there's.
fall in the hole.
Yeah, it might be. It might be, but I gotta walk around them all the time. But there's like 2, or there's 6, I guess. There's 6 poles that go from the cement to the ceiling around there, almost like you could have hooked up. You could run chain link, like a chain between them or something to kind of separate it. I don't know.
You need to try a vertical grow right there.
It would actually be more ideal to not have that because then I could actually make better use of the space because then I wouldn't have to make as big a row in between like where I walk and shit. You know what I mean? It's kind of a pretty big space.
If you filled it in, you wouldn't be able to use the double ended, would you? Would you have the ceiling
No,
height for that?
no, I wouldn't. But if I filled it in, I could almost add another row. So there'd be a lot more benefit to that for sure. That was a heavy consideration, but I didn't know how to go about trying to make it, I don't know, a good thing, I guess. What's up, Biggest?
What's up, guys?
Always good to have another bald guy on the panel. How you doing, Bingus?
Thanks. Yeah, I agree. Good to see you guys. Thought I'd jump on for a minute and say hi.
Appreciate that, man. Good to see you.
Appreciate it.
How you guys been?
Appreciate it. Good. A little sore, but not bad. Hungry. Unfortunately, my dinner tonight will include this bowl of noodles, and I couldn't find the regular red hot, so we'll be topping that off with a little red hot wing sauce. Followed up, well, we will be having this lovely orange appetizer first. But other than that, it's been amazing. It's amazing.
Sounds good, man.
You eat like I do. I don't have normal meals. It's like I eat throughout the day on whatever I can grab. You know, there's always like fruit, or like I just had a piece of bread with butter on it. I mean, it's like not too thrilling.
You eat wisely, though.
What's that?
You. It's wise, though. The way you're eating is wise. You're never really starving your body.
And you're never
You're constantly getting a little bit in, and it's easier for your body to break that down and produce it into usable energy, get the nutrients out of it. For one, and for two, like somebody like myself that's borderline diabetic, it can keep you from falling off the charts or getting that tunnel vision. Not so good. I've always done it the opposite way. Like I'm kind of doing it tonight, is wait till the end of the day and have that one ginormous meal that knocks me out. Usually. But tonight is not a ginormous meal. It's leftovers because I made it homemade.
noodles and hot sauce.
One shot too at something to eat on the way from here to there Sunday. One shot. Gas station McDonald's wasn't open. I didn't really want it, but it wasn't even an option. So
Well, there was somebody's looking out for you there, buddy.
Right.
probably
Yeah.
that's what I had for lunch. So I did sneak in a daily double and coffee before the tattoo shop.
The daily double.
And another funny side note about that. Next to the tattoo shop, they're 2 for $6. 2 for $6 right now. Special. I pull up to the gas station McDonald's on my way to the tattoo shop. Daily double by itself on the menu. Menu price. $2.75.
Fuck yeah.
Why sell them to me for 2 for $6 as a markup special?
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly what it was.
I even asked, and I just got a dumbfounded employee.
That's actually a menu technique. Wow. People assume the meal or the package is, gonna be the value, right? Like it always used to be, or always, it's just an assumption. So people go for that. I'll take the number 5 or whatever. Yeah.
Massive gnosis. We've been hypnotized, indoctrinated at youth.
And they'll change the number and then change the price too at that same time. Watch, whenever they change the price, there'll be a different fucking number on the menu too.
I
taught my daughters how to compare shop. Ounces for ounces. You know what I mean? Put it all together, add it up, and which is the better price. My girls are pretty cheap after their father. They can shop. I'm proud of them.
Frugal.
If I taught them one skill, they are, no, I won't use that word. They are cheap. They are flat out cheap.
Yeah, there's actual studies on that shit, man. It's fucking wild. Like studies on human behavior and stuff, like the whole bargain deals shopping. Like, there's reasons they fucking put red flags by it and different things. And it's well thought
For
out.
suckers like me.
Yeah, it's well thought out, dude. They know it.
Propaganda is
Absolutely, man.
science.
Sorry, Bingus. Go ahead.
It's a science. Propaganda is a science. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Bernays was I think he was the cousin of Sigmund Freud, and he went to work for the government on how to control the populace, basically. And here we are. So,
He's bragging about it too.
yeah, I mean, there's a book. I've read the book. It's a deep thing, and mass hypnosis. I'll just put it. That sums it up. But the thing is, it's not everybody can be hypnotized if you understand what they're doing, right? I try to stay out of arguments. I just was talking to a buddy of mine, and he started going down certain holes that I just don't go down anymore, because like I know the reality of it, and I'm just like, dude, I don't want to go there. You know, people will get to reality eventually, but what we're seeing isn't real. I mean, there's so much fucking bullshit. It's just
Indoctrination. Yeah.
it's just God. It's funny to me. I'm just like, wow, okay, it's crazy.
It is, but it isn't, Bingus. Like I've seen really, I don't know, it's crazy stuff. But like, for example, a friend of mine was like follows a lot of far right wing stuff, I guess you would say, politically, and was like, I don't even know. He was telling me some kind of conspiracy theory, and it was about like vaccine and whatever, and I just kind of chuckled at the part where he got to the nanobots, and apparently that it kind of offended him, and it blew up into this thing that it didn't need to be. And now looking back on it, I'm just like, how the fuck did that whole situation even come about? You know what I'm saying? Like I had no intention to offend him, like, and you know what I mean? But it was like, I don't know. And now it's like in this weird thing, and I'm like, over fucking nanobots. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like over fucking nanobots. Like, really?
But
I don't know.
that's the whole thing, is to divide and conquer. I mean, that's the basis, right? So that's what they want. That's what they want you to do. You know, that's like I say, I try to just stay out of the conversation. Like, okay, good, okay, thank you. You know, I mean, because I'm going to slip up. I'm going to speak my mind, and then people are going to throw rocks, and it's like, dude, I try to be very easygoing as much as I can. You know what I mean? But there's certain and people that troll me. God bless you. I mean, I hope you get well. I mean, it's just, I'm sorry that you've had such insecurities that you feel you have the need to say some of the shit that you say. Right? That's how I look at it. All right. Most of the time, I don't even read it. All right. Just
Oh, I read it.
I don't. I mean, if it's
I always read it.
some guys go into fucking novels, so it's like, yeah, fuck you. Yeah, I don't even. So there's a lot of wounded people. All right, and if you are semi-balanced, that's going to piss somebody off somewhere. And you say things right or whatever, or the wrong way or whatever. If it doesn't fit whatever side of the wind that's blowing that day, you can get like what you're saying, Smiley. You get into riffs that I had a riff just a few weeks ago, and I'm just like, you know what? Okay. What it does for me, it's like, okay, you want to be that way? Go ahead. All right. It's not like I need more friends. I mean, that may sound cruel, I guess, but it's like, I'm not going to lower my vibration to fit yours. So throw the rocks that you want to throw, and, do what you got to do. It's your mission, man. I mean, not mine. All right. If I can help, let me know. Otherwise, fucking, keep your shit to yourself. So it's, I don't know, kind of going off on a tangent, forgive me.
No, I agree. I can guarantee one thing, Bingus. I'm not going to agree with everybody. So, I mean, I don't know who does. So that what I mean. I don't know.
Yeah, it happens because
So
why would somebody troll me? It happens. It's been happening ever since I was on YouTube. So it will happen to you too if you're on here long enough. So you'll see.
it's happened from day one, because I've seen it. I've just kind of turned my head. Shit, at one point during this thing, I actually had death threats early on. Comments after the show. And you know what I did? This person won't verify this, I'm sure, publicly. But it was a couple of days, maybe a week. They were just fucking putting some hateful shit in there. Eagle, you should die. Fucking this. It was not nice comments. You know what I did? Put him on the shout outs list.
There you go.
Shouted his name out. I see him in chat now. No more negative comments.
Good job, man.
So, and I've been wondering about this a lot. I'm kind of guilty of what I'm talking about, what you're talking about a little bit here, Bingus. And we all are kind of have our ups and downs, and it's weird how we can hold truth to something and be naive to what we hold dear or think is true at the time. You know what I mean? Sometimes people just like are so set on what they've come across and want to hold dear that they'll fight over it flat out. You're not going to prove me wrong. I've been like that. I can be like that. I can be like that. When I'm proven wrong, I'm like, oh shit, man. I'm sorry I gave you a hard time. But a lot of times in my hard time, I pull out more information than I would have probably just gotten out of the short answer. But I can be a butthead too. And sometimes we see a lot of that in this thing we do as creators. Ego can be terrible. I mean, I'll put it out there. I do this. I try to do this for the right reasons, but I can be a shithead sometimes too. I think everybody can probably pick up on that. There's been times where I've reached out to other people. Yeah, you should do this. You could be better off with here. I got better ideas. Blah blah blah. Who am I to say? You know what I mean? Who am I to say? I don't fucking know. All I can do is throw it out there. But am I going to fight over what I got to say? No. And more even, sadly, I've seen lately is, and it's almost in mankind, period. Why can't we let go of ego? It's good to have. It's a good driver into the things you want, believing in yourself. I don't think there's anything wrong with waking up and going, yeah, I'm great. And at some point, even going, oh, I'm a little better than that. You know what I mean? But it will only take you so far and hold you back at some point. It'll lift you, but it will hold you back at some point too. And this is the part that I'm really saddened as of lately, because it goes through everything. You look back in time and watch where things go wrong, and almost 9 times out of 10, it's ego. Even in a group like situation. Oh, that person's getting paid better. That one's getting more credit. This, that, the other thing. It eats away behind the scenes. It can. And even as of late in this community, I've seen probably the most audacious attack that I've seen lately. And that's an attack on knowledge, to be honest with you. To be really honest with you, I mean, what happened to people just vibing off each other and going, yeah, here's my point, and then someone coming in and going, okay, here's my counterpoint. I may have either proved or disproved your point. But that's not it anymore. It's not working together to widen the knowledge pool. It's, aha! My information is better than your information. And a lot of times, it's not even information they've acquired on their own. It's not even You know what I mean? It's just copy invitation that they're holding near and dear to, and letting that ego inflate on that. And it's really sad, to be honest with you, you know, especially in this community. You know, we try to push each other forward for the right reasons, get knowledge out of there. Sometimes it might be wrong, but with a polite, hey, you know, that wasn't right. I see it in chat all the time. I've been corrected 1,000 times in chat. Do I ever get, fuck that ain't right? I quietly go, thank you. And I think to myself, dumbass, you should think twice before you speak and be so firm on what you're saying. So, you know, it is sad lately to see some of the bullshit that goes on, the hating in comments, other creators. You know, we're all trying to do the same fucking thing, spread some love and knowledge. And it's pretty shitty when, you know, self-promotion or ego, it tries to squash somebody else's bullshit just because.
Yeah.
Where does that come into play? Where does that push you forward, pushing somebody else down? I don't get that, to be honest with you. I really don't. I don't get it, and it's sad to see. You know, especially with good folks like yourself, Bingus. You're an awesome dude. To see somebody troll on you is I can't even think of why somebody would do that. You know what I mean? In most cases, I don't even
with
believe
all perlite. Who fucking does that?
that's gotta be wrong. It's gotta be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
It's fucking.
But I don't know. I don't want to go too deep here, but yeah, man. Reality is here's the thing. People, you know, they believe, right? And belief is a dangerous thing. I mean, got to be careful because you can end up, you know, fighting to the death for something that's just not true. And I mean, if you're looking for truth, here's an example. If you jump off a cliff, you're going to hit the bottom. Undeniable. That's what truth is. Okay. The rest is conjecture or opinion, which we all have the right to have. All right. But when someone challenges your opinion with hard facts and it rattles you, it's not a good idea to get aggressively offended. Just saying. All right. Because it makes you look very small and petty. Not only that, if you think you're such a great grower, other people will tell you you do not need to broadcast it to the world. Others will let you know how well you are doing. Okay. And again, it's that insecure me, you know, that we're indoctrinated lately. It's, again, mass hypnosis to be separated in this manner. And it's unfortunate. And I'm glad, dude, if you're on here and if you put your face up here, like Eagle's doing, like Smiley's doing, like I'm doing, sooner or later, somebody's going to grab a rock and they're going to want to throw it at you. And I'm just saying, don't do anything. All right. Don't respond. All right. Realize what's going on with them. Look in them. All right. And imagine what it must be like. And dude, you can almost start crying at some of these poor souls that have the need to do that type of stuff. And I really hope that they will seek other ways to express themselves. But I love this show. I want to support it because we have the opportunity to have these types of discussions. Where the fuck are you going to find this? You know what I mean? You're not. All right. So thank you. I'm going to take a bong rip now.
So that's another thing I kind of would like to throw out there. Why we're like got this type of banter going, I guess, is I greatly appreciate the thank yous. They're very heartfelt. I enjoy them. But please stop. Please stop. For reals. For reals. I know the appreciation is there. You guys show it by showing up. Flat out. Every night. Here in this panel. The guests that come on. I don't need to hear that shit. You know, hearing it night after night does inflate the ego. I don't want my ego inflated. I want to be hungry. I want to stay right where I was when I started this thing, pushing forward, just like I started. You know, I don't want to get to some point where, oh, yeah, let me thank you. Everybody, come on, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. And at that point, if I get that head, I wish one of you guys come on and fucking tell me to fucking pop that little head for me. And you're like, Jesus. We all do this. Fuck. Please. All right. What do you guys want to talk about? Thing is, you see how these blue miles back here? Huh? You see them all spreading out, getting all fat?
I see the mirth
Which one is
boxes.
it? Oh, that tall girl back there. See the tall girl back there?
They're loving it.
She came right back. She came right back. So they're looking beautiful, man.
I think the
Smiley?
that I got too is starting to get new growth going.
No fucking way.
She's starting to get going, bro. I've been foliar spraying the shit out of her too, like fucking giving her aloe daily and stuff. Like, come on, baby, come on. She's been getting nursed, but she's starting to go. That'll be glorious. That'll be cool.
I'm really hoping you like her. I know I do. It's dude, growing cannabis is awesome. Shit. That's why it's a never-ending thing, and that's what gets me. It's like playing poker too. That's why I enjoyed playing poker. You're never going to conquer it, and it's just that wormhole that you dive down and just try your best to make it work,
Yeah.
And dude, I really enjoyed all the strains that you sent me, Smiley. Thank you so much. I want to say that. I think I'm on the Tuscadero or what's that one?
Tuscadero. Yeah.
Yeah, tasty.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like it.
Tasty.
What would you say its flavor is?
That's a good one. I don't know. It's very tasty.
It's
the raspberry top. Just the top.
Yeah.
Smell, taste, fucking knocked me on my ass. I mean, big time. Which doesn't happen very often when I smoke weed. So I was like, wow, very good. And that's what I need about 6 of these. I need to create about 6 of these types of strains.
That's one thing that raspberries is really, it is potent and it's a fruit. You know what I mean? It's more in that fruit kind of category or citrus kind of, where typically guys are like, oh, the fruits aren't stony, they're not potent or whatever. But I don't know. She tests at like 26.
So's the bingus smile. It's a very tasty, like one of those, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I try not to be biased, but I'm sure I am. It's kind of hard not to be. That's why I want to run some regulars like you were mentioning. Not just my gear. I just popped a bunch of New York City Diesel, some more 8 Mile High from Mandela.
You just got all the mold beans you were after too.
Yeah, I'm gonna run them all. Fuck it, I am. So I'm clearing room. Like I did the Blue Mile pheno hunt. I got it narrowed down to one that I'm going to keep. And so I had a bunch that I just got rid of, and it just opened up a whole bunch of space. And I'm like, see, pheno hunts, man, they just eat up your room,
Yep.
Taking 2 clones of everything.
Not the first round, it's bad. The second round. Yeah, there you go. You just hit it right there. Second round.
Yeah, you get 2 clones of everything. So it's, but fuck. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love this plant, that's for sure. Have I had the Tuscadero, Smiley? Somebody asked me that the other day, and I was like, I don't know if I've had the Tuscadero. It seemed like he would show that one off, but
It's
I know
not a
I've had a
pretty
lot of
one to
them. But
show off. It's actually one that I pre-roll because it's not pretty in the bag. It's like
Not really.
it's one of them that does it like you wouldn't. It's not the bag appeal. I mean, they're smaller nugs and whatever, but it's so fucking tasty. It's like
Very tasty.
I can roll a pre-roll and bring it, and every time I pass it, somebody's like, "Oh, what's this?" You know.
I'm not even sure what the smell is. It's just
See, I get like a hint of like a. To me, I guess this was my hopeful thinking on it was a black cherry because its lineage is the black cherry cheesecake cookies, which actually is thanks to Midnight Roots has got me hooked. He has a cut of that that's so delicious and it's beautiful purple. And I was kind of after the same thing, so I got a cross that they made of it, scapegoat genetics made of it, and that was the closest resembling Pinot to the taste profile. I don't think it's as delicious as the actual one Midnight Roots has though, but it is good. So.
oh, yes, I was the first one. I'm just sorry to just jump from you guys to chat. But Ned Denver just popped up. Yes, excuse me, Ned Denver. I was the first one. First one to run Tinto de
Eagle one.
Verano. First one. I loved it. I still have some strains or some seeds of it. Strains. You know what's funny about that is, I'll tell you a little funny story about the Tinto de Verano and how early I actually had those seeds. Funny. He sent me those hot off the press. The same time, this thing's cool. The same time as Med Grower 1 sent me Primal, Skunk Beard, and a few others. All meds germinated 100. Tinto sprouted, cameras over here, 2 out of 11. So I actually got to I gave him shit over that shit. I did. I have no problems with that. I gave him big shit. And he got all mad. I knew I should have fucking waited and sending the news out. Fuckers still weren't cured up already, but I wanted to make sure you had them. Sending you another batch. Instantaneous. Couple days, I got another pack of seeds. Couple packs of seeds of the Tito. All of which germinated. But I had that small window there where I got to give some shit about his seeds. So that's how early I had them. They actually were still kind of wet, still somewhat green, not even dried out all the way, ready for sale or distribute. So that's how early I had the Tinto, to be honest with you now.
That's cool.
It's awesome.
Another fun fact while I'm on that, Cuvée was recreated with beans I provided. The mothers that Badger has were popped out of the seeds I sent some. So, yay! Fun facts for the night.
Funny shit.
Smoking on some of Godiva tonight.
So how many
Pretty
tattoos
good.
now, Eagle? I want to know.
I lost count a long time ago.
Oh,
To
really?
be honest with you, Bingus. Yeah. At last count, it was like 40, and that was it before I got into the legs heavy, and then everything. You know, I started blending them together and sleeving out the legs. And once I started sleeving out the legs, I just couldn't give it count. It's all going to become probably one at some point. I actually seen this one. Well, with fuck wrong side. I hate this camera. It's always backwards when it's over here. This one. I was kicking around a few ideas on what I was going to get today. And it was down to the chakras, maybe up the back of this arm, which I kind of liked, but good filler, good tattoo. I liked it. Appropriate with what else I've got going on here, but not strategically right. I kind of would like them up the back, you know, right up, maybe even stopping at the neck, or maybe even on the back of the skull with the crown.
Oh,
but
that'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be that bad. But I'm worried about the overall back design.
as long as it doesn't interfere with the eyeball that you're
You use it for like a patch. Make it just look like it's covering up the eyeball. But so that one didn't happen, obviously. But it fits better into the scheme of things now with what I got going on. So it was either that, the chakras, or I was gonna rework the demon on this side. There's a fucking huge, you can see the top of the hood right here. It goes down quite a ways. And that is my worst tattoo. I'll tell you that. Flat out. That's my old artist.
worse than the bunny.
He called me down on his fucking, oh man. Yes. He called me down on his birthday, knowing it was his birthday. He set the appointment up. I drove 2.5 hours. Typical tattoo guy style, Smiley. 2 hours late, I had to go pick him up from his fucking house and bring him to the tattoo shop. I don't think he was going to come, but I wasn't leaving. I think they told him that on the phone. Like, yeah, he's been here like 2 fucking hours. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. I wasn't going nowhere. I'll go get your fucking ass. And then he comes in and he's like, you know, it's my birthday. I'm like, you knew it was your fucking birthday. Fuck what I know. You knew it was your birthday. What are you doing scheduling tattoos on your birthday? You're the dumb one here. So he tried to bust out the outline of it and was going to go, no. Well, you can come back. And I learned something on this. This is something I learned. When that tattoo artist wants to tap out, like today, wink, pat, fucker. I love you though, Pat. I do. You go with it. They're tired. They've had a long day. You know, why risk, you know, not terrible work, but less than best because they're tired. But I didn't listen that day. I did not listen that day. I was the asshole I talked about a little while ago. That guy?
I know that guy. Yeah.
Because I said, fuck that shit. I drove all this way. I'm not driving another fucking 250 fucking miles back and forth to come do another sitting. That's almost $100 in gas, 5 hours in time, another day. Another fucking day. You're finishing this motherfucker today. It got finished. It got finished. Wasn't pretty. Terrible. He's even said when he got done, I'll fix it. I went back.
Right when he says that.
10 hours. 10 hours done on this. And it was the only time I've ever let an artist just kind of go freehand. I'm just going to draw this. Too big for a stencil. You want to see it? I'll show it to you. It's fucking ugly. I hate it. This out of my tattoos is the one I hate the most.
Wouldn't it be bigger?
What's up, Red?
Hey, what's up, guys? Wouldn't it being bigger help if it was a stencil? I don't know anything. I'm
Yeah, he said it was too big of a tattoo for the stencil. And this was the second attempt at being cleaned up, and it looks a lot better on the second attempt.
See,
but
it's not bad, but it's definitely
that was the second choice. Yeah, it's horrible. It's fucking horrible.
I could see something
like a
being
stop sign.
Too small to do detail with the stencil. So it would sound like if it was bigger, it'd be easier with stencil, right?
Most tattoo guys want you to go bigger because it carries the detail longer. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna shrink it. You can see it
Kind of like
Most of them
T-Dog.
want to go. You want to see that from a distance and know what the fuck that is. You know what I mean?
Kind of like T-Dog was
This,
just
yeah,
saying.
plenty of size.
He draws just to get done with it, you know, quicker. He draws it smaller. He has those thin, really little pencils so he can get detail really down to a small point. There's a Japanese glass artists that do the same thing, and there's usual pieces of glass that get thrown away that are like 1 to 3 millimeters in diameter, and these Japanese artists use those pieces as like glass pencils to actually like draw like detailed, high real, basically almost photorealistic pictures on glass.
Nice. You got any
Another thing I
tattoos?
learned from that tattoo.
You got any tattoos, Smiley?
I do not. No.
What about you, Red? You got tattoos?
I'm a blank slate. I've thought about it, and I just don't know. I haven't had one thing in my life that I feel like is so important that I gotta portray it on skin. You know, maybe if I ever did have something that monumental, I would probably do it. But
I'm just a pussy and I don't want to get hurt.
and I never wanted my first tattoo to be something that's like just like, you know, like I said, I realized that people got tattoos as the thrill and the you know ability to get a tattoo even when you're like 16, your parents can sign off on it. And I always thought like, man, I'm just gonna wait until I've talked about it with Eagle. It's like until I have a reason to get a tattoo, combined with knowing someone that's extremely skilled in that art of doing tattoos. Unless those two things match up, I don't think I'm going to get a tattoo.
I think Eagle
Don't
has
smile.
enough for all of us.
Right?
Cover everybody? Maybe.
I can get my tattoos, was that surrogately or whatever, and just enjoy Eagles.
Live vicariously.
Vicariously, that's the word. Yeah. I'm good with that.
So that tattoo right there, Smiley, by the way, both times were that shock I was telling you about. And there's a couple things I want to others say about that tattoo right there as well. Is I found out that red dye beat into you like that and on a large scale like that is just as bad or if not worse for you than eating a large amount of red dye. And I felt weird for like a couple of days after that large amount of red dye, to be honest with you. I don't know if it was that, but it was a lot. It's a lot of red.
Yeah.
That's not the first time I've heard that.
Does it get in your blood though?
Yeah,
Has to.
oh yeah, fuck, you're bleeding like crazy through the whole process. They're wiping it, pushing it right down in there.
Huh.
And yeah, he hamburgered the shit out of it. And when I got home, like I was telling you earlier, I had part of the reason for the late restart was I jumped in the shower because I couldn't wash my current side in the sink, and I had to shake off that hypothermic shock a little bit. There's just something about that when, especially on this large of a tattoo, man, you jump in and wash that thing and it's in cold water like that, man, there's something about that, man. I shake, man. It's like almost like an instant fever.
Like a cold shake? Like it makes you feel cold?
Like I'm standing on a block of ice or something.
Yeah,
Just
like
whole body shake.
Cold gets translated into pain, almost.
Your core temperature drops drastically. It can be actually death.
It's like sunburn. I would imagine it's more like sunburn. You jump in a cold shower when you're sunburned too, and you'll be freezing like a motherfucker.
Well, yeah, right. You can get burns from cold, right? Dry ice burns.
Sure can. I've done that.
It's a heat transfer experience.
It's electrons. They're moving around in the fucking electrons, and
they're doing something. Yeah,
man. That it's close to minor surgery as far as the wound goes, especially on a larger one. Your body goes through that kind of trauma as it would in a small light surgery. And actually, it's good for your immune system. We've talked before about that fear adrenaline rush. As your body recuperates from that, it's really good for your body. And tattoos actually do that to you. They put you in that state of, disarray. And then on the comeback, it's good for the whole body. It actually
It's that
boosts your immune
adrenochrome
system.
flowing.
Is that what it is by the technical term?
I think, well, it's something to that. It's a simulate. It's like, you're in a controlled setting and you're I don't know if it's endorphins or adrenochrome or just adrenaline, but yeah, you're in a controlled setting where, if, evolutionary wise, if you want to believe, we're only supposed to be in that state when a fucking grizzly bear is chasing us or something like that. Right. And then you either survive or you,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
go ahead.
I was gonna say you either survive or you don't, right?
Adrenaline. I've had one situation in my life that really jumped. It came in handy when I was rock climbing, and I had superhuman strength, just like that. And I shook afterwards. I was sweated profusely, but that's when I realized that survival mechanism. Just imagine if you could turn that on and off at will. You could do amazing shit, dude. I'm not kidding.
I noticed the feeling hits me. It's very weird. I feel a burning sensation on my back, almost like I envision myself being lit on fire. And the running or like just the movement, fluid movement is like the dousing or the anti, inflammatory response to it. And that's just a physical thing and where my mind takes me with that. But yeah, there's definitely I feel like a temperature increase.
Big time. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was gonna die. I really did. I should have.
Well, I think that's what I mean. It's like a biological beneficiary trick, right? If my back feels on fire and the thing that it feels like is the thing to quench it, or make it feel better is by running at a high velocity of speed, then that's a built-in mechanism to help me get away with whatever it was that triggered that that stimulus that triggered that response.
Yeah, some of the response in your body physiology wise too is your organs shut down and different things like that. So energies are directed away from certain areas to other areas for a short term in order to give you that superhuman strength or whatever it is. So yeah, there's it's not sustained for a long, it's not healthy or whatever.
No. Seconds. It was just, I couldn't believe what I did. Seriously. But it hurt after my fingertips were just fucked.
Well, I get that with height. I'm a weird person where I have almost zero height fear when it's a structure, like a man-made structure, like skyscraper, Space Needle, roller coaster. I don't know why the height fear doesn't kick in, but when I'm on a mountain or on loose ground or gravel on a slope, and there's like a cliff, then I freak out. Then I gotta like get on all fours and cling onto the ground like for dear help.
Dude, I went to the Grand Canyon and I had that feeling. I went up to I'm just like, dude, it must have been 20 feet away and I'm just edging towards it, like I'm gonna fall off. It's 20 feet away. I'm just like, wow. I couldn't believe that I was actually, because I was like watching myself, like, what are you doing?
I mean, I've been on, I love roller coasters. I've bungee jumped. I've been in Space Needle. I don't know if I'd ever skydive, but I've done, that kind of shit doesn't bother me. But if I'm losing my footing near a fucking cliff, then yeah, life flashing before my eyes.
No, 420 said, no, dude, I was a young guy. I don't do that shit now. I smoke weed and go on Eagle One, talk to you guys. That's where I get my adrenaline rush nowadays, brother. I was very athletic and actually that was the last time I ever rock climbed. We used to free climb without anything, right? That's so stupid we were. And yeah, that was the end of that. Because you can get yourself into positions that you're gonna kill yourself. It's not good. Like
Never
hang
been
gliding.
rock climbing, but it was fun.
Sorry.
Oh no, I cut in on you, Bingus. I'm sorry. I was just quietly agreeing in the background. Sorry. I'm getting terrible at this year too. I think I'm gonna start using the raise hand feature.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
I want in, Kat.
My cat, when he licks his butt, he sticks his hind leg up like he wants to ask you a question. It's just like,
Hind leg.
yeah. And I'm just like, I look at him, right? And I go, do you have a question? And he looks at me. You know? And then he puts his leg down and then he shrugs and kind of goes and walks off. And I'm just like, God dang, these fucking animals, man, they have personalities. You get to know them, it's crazy.
My dog is mainly a full bred pit bull. Didn't do a genetic test to see what else is there, but he has weird bred in traits that make me question, what's actually in there, because he has that instinct where if we're walking down the street, he'll stop and look at something and he doesn't bark, but he'll point with one of his paws, lifts his paw up, points. I thought that was only like instinctual with like dogs that were bred to do that for hunting, but once in a while he'll do that. Oh.
It might be a general trait in all dogs. I mean, to poise, just like a cat will, to sneak up on it, it'll,
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he's probably getting ready to fucking tear the shit out of something. You know what I mean? So let's hope he doesn't put that paw down, because whatever he's looking at is going to be toast.
No.
I don't know.
So is there a sweet spot like in dog breeding like that? To where pretty much like in cannabis too, where things are inbred for so long, after a point they just fucking get weird, or the stock's not that good. I mean, I heard a dog expert talk at one point saying that like inline breds or purebreds, that's where you get the hip displacement and all that other stuff. It's just a weakening of the genes. That if you wanted a good healthy dog, go out and get yourself a mutt, because they were so genetically rich, you wouldn't see a lot of the problems that you do with the inbreds.
Okay, so three things makes me think of that. And right before I hopped in, I was enjoying you talking about the old subcool strains. And if you've heard me repeat a lot of things where I get my whatever information from, a lot of the breeding tips, knowledge, advice, whatever guidelines to go off of definitely comes from either Subcool directly or the notes that he took as he was learning things. And one thing he said that you're either going to have an ability for and you won't even understand unless you know what it is the eye for dank, right? And all that is just being able to, you grow out a 10 pack of seeds, and there's a mechanism to you picking your favorite phenotype, and there's a thought process, or there's a an equation or something. You figured out a reason why you like that strain more than other, and it's just your recognition for something. So when, like I said, with dog breeding, you know, like hunting dogs, when they do that, it's a thing where they're not trying to scare the prey. They had to figure out another mechanism other than barking when they see something to let its owner or its master know that it knows that there's something out there, or it's, you know, keening in or locking in on one thing. So if it's like a bird or, you know, something that, you know, that's easily scared by a dog, you know, glaring at it and barking, and it gets spooked away, the next best thing is to be silent and, you know, just raise a paw, and that lets you know that the dog knows it's looking directly at something, and it's, you know, there's a language barrier and a physical barrier without it having thumbs and not being able to, you know, really you know, interact with its environment the way we do. But it can do the math in between that, and a dog's brain can figure out that it needs to let you know that it's knowing what you want by picking its paw up and pointing at. So somewhere that's, you know, somewhere, I don't know, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, we can go more into dog breeding. And from the information I know, I don't know if this is true or factual, but like 80% of dog breeds were pretty much developed in the last 200 or 300 years, right? And it's the same people that figured out all the genetic math behind all the information that we know about cannabis breeding or plant breeding or any other thing. The same thing goes into mammal or fish, koi, you know, that kind of stuff breeding. But somewhere back, you know, at some point had a dog that did that, and they recognized that that's like a very preferred thing. Like, it's like, oh, great, we've had like a generation, or, you know, like 20 hunting dogs, make it so that we barely have enough food to go through the winter. And then one year, you know, one dog displayed this trait, and then they bred that, and they got lucky, and maybe like 50% of its progeny, any female dog that they matched it to, like maybe 50% of that offspring displayed those traits, to where then they can breed it to two separate females, and then get a male and a female from each offspring together, and breed those together. And, you know, that's more like cubing in cannabis senses. You know, you're constantly breeding for one specific trait that the father, you know, mother displayed. So when you do that over and over again after a few generations, then near 100% display that gene. So that's when you get those German pointers.
Okay, but wouldn't the pointing aspect come from the pack mentality of dogs in general? You know what I mean? I mean, if you're in a pack and you're hunting, wouldn't the point dog not bark and scare the prey, but let everybody know in the pack?
Well, here's the thing: is we're going back as far as wolves when you're talking about that, and wolves don't bark.
Okay, so I'm just curious. So that particular thing is bred in, or isn't it a natural?
In the last 50 years, they've taken foxes, and they domesticated them, and now foxes bark. Right. So it's just, that's conducive. It's kind of like, I'll go into the whole thing. You know, I'll talk forever about what
Hold on, I want to jump in
cannabis.
before you take off, though.
Yeah.
I want to jump in before you take off.
I gotta start writing notes.
Probably add to what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, and it's kind of along the lines of what Bingus is saying here. Couldn't the pointing be just introduced? I mean, in the early 1800s, you know, breeding actually was more for necessity. You know, they'd cross this dog with that dog because it had wide hips, and you know, two different breeds, multiple breeds. Now, wouldn't you agree that somewhere along your lines of that pit bull in the beginning, it could have had that pointer bred into it, and then from that point on, I mean, at what point do you call it? Once you cross two two together like that, and then you move forth in selection. Is that really, a true breed?
Okay, so like necessity, when you say that, that's what I mean about like somewhere, maybe it was the 1800s, someone figured out that a dog had this trait. And that's what I mean. Their family and the people around them were able to survive better based upon they found a hunting dog that had a trait that made it more superior than loudmouth hunting dogs that blew it, each time they saw something, right? So that's a necessity. You got more food on the table if that presents itself and you're smart enough to pick that up. That's what I mean about the smart enough. That brings me full circle. Thank you for interrupting, because that brings it full circle to what I said about the eye for dank. And that's what I mean about the cannabis. And I'll, like said, is I'll talk forever, or until I see more information, not scientifically, or I'm gonna divert from the white papers, anything, and the only thing that'll change my mind is further experience in my lifetime will be the only thing that changes my mind on this subject. But what people call dominant and recessive traits in cannabis, as in like Cannabicaceae hemp, subspecies marijuana / cannabis, what we're smoking is, we want weed with recessive traits. Okay. Because the recessive traits are the ones that you got to breed for, humans got to breed for. And dominant traits are the ones that nature will breed for acclimatization or preservation or evolutionary adaptabilities, to do a certain thing. Now a gene pool only does this new thing. And like I said, with the German pointers, or the ability to point like that. Now there's a new evolutionary gap, or it made this new leap to where now it's outperforming everything else that pre-existed.
Wouldn't that be a dominant trait, though? The ability.
Yes, that's what I'm making the case for.
All right,
those are dominant traits.
Go ahead.
Okay, we're breeding. We're looking for recessive traits, because if that were the case, then we could just sit back and do nothing. We don't have to touch the plant at all. We can go into the jungle somewhere untouched by man and find the dankest weed that's ever been made. We can find those 34% GMOs out in nature, if that were the case. But out in the normal, you find the exact mirror opposite. You find a breeder's worst nightmare. You find monoecious cannabis, where cannabis is trying to be both sexes on one plant. It's trying to do that evolutionary gap that I'm saying, where it's like, fuck being a dioecious plant, even by wind pollination. It's too hard to survive. Let's be monoecious and just self each generation. So that's where you get with that. We don't want selfing monoecious plants that if you find them in the wild and want to cultivate them, the very first thing you're going to find them useful is basically just for making paper or fiber or rope or sails or clothes, something good for textile. That's the next best thing when you cultivate wild cannabis, is you're getting something that's good for fiber, right? And then you can go to the seeds and build nutrition for seeds. And then maybe, because the seeds have to have lots of oil to them for them to be viable and have that nutrient content, and then also be, like frost tolerant, so that they can last through the winter and germinate next spring.
Hey, Red, I'm gonna jump out, man. I'm sorry. I've been trying to, I'm tapping out though. I'm fucking tired, man. I appreciate it, guys. And I hope you have a good rest of the one. Thank you.
Yeah. To be continued.
He barely, when he logged on for the wormhole, he was like, man, I can barely keep my eyes open. So shout out to Smiley for fucking hanging down, helping me out tonight, and making it this long. Thank you, brother.
So I'll just end what I'm saying is, with that pointing thing in the gene, to wrap it up with the dogs, that's definitely a recessive trait. Wolves do not do that. There's no reason to do that, right? The wolves have predatory adaptabilities where they can run fast. They got a lot of muscle, sink their teeth right into the jugular, kill the prey right away. They don't need to tell their owner.
That would happen because of domestication and a dog's willingness to please the human.
Yeah, to breed dogs, to make a poodle, you got to select recessive genes. You start with a wolf today, go find Siberian wolves. Right now, if you were to start domesticating Siberian wolves, and you're jump starting, what we started, some people say 6,000 years ago, 40,000 years ago, whatever, when we started, co-evolving with dogs. But, you can get to poodles right now from Siberian wolves. It might take 40,000 years, like they say. You could speed up the process with the knowledge that we have now, but you have to select recessive genes to get to that poodle.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Same thing. If we want Mac 1, you got to select recessive genes.
You think because the pointing aspect could be a dominant trait because of the pack mentality, right? But if the pack came from wolves, which don't bark, that throws that out completely. So yeah, it's a recessive trait, I think, because it's the dog's willingness to please the human, to work in conjunction.
From the very first wolf, that recessive gene was there. So maybe in the process of, let's say, when the first wolves round till the domestication of dogs, maybe there's hundreds of millions of wolves in that point, individual
maybe
wolves.
Even they were humans back then that had wolves that were interactive.
At some point, someone observed that. They didn't recognize maybe that how rare it is. They didn't recognize that, it's like we how many episodes of Eagles show do we listen to where people are popping seeds and find something so fucking crazy, they lost it for whatever reason, and now only their memory is what lives, and they're telling us about how crazy this weed was. It would knock people out, make people hallucinate, this and that. It's the same thing with that wolf. Someone saw something in a wolf that didn't happen in 999 other million wolves that existed before it. The recessive genes are there from the very beginning. The dominant genes are the ones that replicate over and over and over and over and over again.
I guess you could say that recessive genes express themselves when it's necessary to do so, right? In other words, if it's in the pool and all of a sudden the conditions are correct.
But it's like an evolutionary thing, though. When you look at a dinosaur fossil, right? You're looking at a dinosaur fossil. You're only looking at that individual. So you can't do the math of the in between, the birthage, you can't look at a dinosaur fossil. This is the parent of this and this, for whatever reason, it didn't just so happen that we got lucky enough to where the siblings, the offspring of one of those megafauna or dinosaurs were right next to the mother or something like that, right? And then down the line, there's no evidence that you can look at a fossil and tell that it gave birth to something. So the same thing is with that plant, or plants. I'll just bring it back to the dogs, but it's very rare in nature that those really crazy recessive genes both get to make offspring together, especially with like wind pollinated dioecious plants like cannabis, because let's say like in somewhere like Malana Valley in India, where they got millions of plants growing on mountainsides, and in that, let's say if there's one of those plants that if it's sterile, if it is itself sterile or a sterile variety of that same phenotype, it can make 20% cannabinoids, right? And then there's another male just like that. They're both dioecious. One's a true female, one's a true male. They both are male and female representatives of the same phenotype. But let's say they're separated by, 500 feet, more than a football field. For you to be able to go up to that plant that you find and then pull every single seed out and get so lucky that that one male 500 feet away blew one pollen spore out, you're growing out every single seed out. You're just hoping you get lucky that one of those pollen spores from that male landed on that female, to where now you're growing this, basically what I would just call F2 to make it simpler, because who knows how long the plant's been there in the wild. You're growing those F2s, and then you're going to find something where now you're going to be able to build a stable variety of high cannabinoid producing plants out in the wild. That's just extremely rare, but it happened for someone, because that's what we ended up with today.
Well, it's about to happen. It's going to happen eventually, sooner or later.
Yeah, that's the only reason right now why we have high THC weed. I mean, and you can do this right now. You, in the same way where like hemp and cannabis, there's a weird dividing line, because a lot of people are having hard time trying to grow hemp that grows, or produces less than 0.3% THC. Well, guess what? A lot of those varieties, they're not producing any detectable amounts of the super minor cannabinoids like CBL or CBC. So you could technically do that right now with THC. We could breed varieties that are like 1-to-1 varieties of CBC to THCV, but almost no detectable amount of THC, even far below 0.3%, because if you can make varieties that are so dominant in one particular cannabinoid, like a skunk number 1 or something, that's, if you look at a pie chart of its cannabinoids, like 99.5% of it, it's just making THCA. There's CBG and there's THCA. And if you let the plant go like 2 weeks extra, you might be getting CBN. Almost no CBD and almost no any other minor cannabinoid. So you can do that, even though it's not done yet, because we're still taking baby steps, and we're only talking about stuff that's been happening for 5 to 10 years. So it's going to take a time, but eventually, yeah, you can have varieties of cannabis that you have to have really super sophisticated testing apparatuses to even find the THC that's present. But yeah, I'm going further and further from what we originally talked about.
Dude, thank you, Red. I enjoy this type of conversation. I got to go to bed, Eagle. Tomorrow when you get up, you're going to really know you got a tattoo, brother. You're muted.
Yep. Good seeing you, Bingus.
Hiding behind the light right there. But thank you, Bingus. I will most definitely know I'll have a tattoo tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that bad, to be honest with you. And it's nice to see you practicing what you came on and preached today. I can see them deep breaths over there, that calmness, letting that zen in.
Right
Did
on.
you want to see it? Even though I told Smiley I wasn't going to show it, I'll show it to you, Bingus.
What's that? Go ahead.
The new
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. I wasn't going to show it because I'm a little perturbed, but I'm going to show it because I love you guys.
Okay.
It is very much undone. This was supposed to be like a 10-hour sitting that was supposed to be consecutive today, but somebody snuck in on me earlier and we cut off early. But I thought we were to a good spot to quit in. But Buddha's head, or Shiva's head, I should say, quite the difference there. Shiva's head is not complete. Yeah, about here. To about here, Shiva's face is done. So
Okay.
I actually got to go do some tile on his house Tuesday. I'm going right to the tattoo shop Tuesday.
Go in.
To at least have Shiva's head finished. Okay. Do you want to see
Yeah,
what it should look like first? Or
sure.
do you want to
Give
see
me
what
the
it looks
whole-
like first?
Give me the whole program, please.
All right. This is the base. Let me see if I can get it in there nice and close. Oh, damn it. Right. You can see that without the damn ring. Let's see if I turn that a little bit there. It's a tree. Got Shiva sitting on a nice wood stump there. Really nice looking picture if it would focus.
Okay,
There
now
you go. You can
that's-
see
oh,
it
that's
somewhat
cool.
through the fucking ring. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty nice.
Well, mine is not quite done, and it still has a lot of the black left to fade, so it's still kind of in that ippy phase. But I know it's going to change, so I'm not afraid to show it. But it's in that kind of. But this is what I got done today. Was oh shit, right there, Shiva, right there.
Wow.
So we
that's-
still got the stump and the tree to come up behind the eagle. I hate the backward shit. There's a tree that will come up and kind of go behind the bird there, and then he'll sit on there, and that will finish the scene coming up my leg. So, and that kind of Shiva and the decoration that goes on now will open up the chakras going on
Gotcha.
the back. And
That'd be
it's
cool.
just a matter of piecing them together at that point. But that's what I had done today. That was 5.5 hours right there.
Thank you. Hey, thank you so much for showing us. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bingus.
Dude.
Love you, buddy. Have a good one. Cannatrooper, 1 in, 1 out. What's up?
What up, man? How you doing?
Man. I was just literally about to ask, like, hey, you're not gonna wrap it up. Can I do one more dab before you wrap it up? Because I got into that whole spiel about damn genetics, and I just wanted to fix my phone and put it up against whatever it was gonna sit up against, so I could take one dab.
I'd be offended if you didn't. Red pill. Take a dab. Man.
Good, because I might be able to sneak 2 in here. But yeah, I both like explaining things. You know, you were talking about, I don't want to go back into it. Don't want to make it a topic of discussion. But right before I popped in, you were also talking about fight for knowledge, or, people, being like turkey vultures over the damn like knowledge carcass, right? And same thing too. It's like I don't know. And I feel guilty for not, like I said, being able to have more of a body of, like, what do you want to call it? Resume, right? I never knew that social media, YouTube/Instagram, this is a hard thing for people to deal with, either if they're past a certain age, like say you don't talk to no one about that kind of stuff, pre-legalization in any state, post-legalization on social media, right? So I'd never figured that it'd be an in-between time that I was around that you have to do that. You have to almost build a resume on social media. And I, like I said, I feel guilty about that, explaining things and trying to explain something if any type of topic or question comes up, and then not being able to be someone that's like, no, I don't just know this. It's I figured this out through, years and years of experience. So
We know
just
it's good info. We know it's still good info, Red pill. We don't need that resume. We know it's good info.
well, I'm just not. I don't want to be someone that leads people into believing that, I'm just someone talk. I know we're talking shit with you right now, Eagle. I know that's the name of the show, but I
Oh, that's a
literally don't
double
want to be
episode right
someone
there.
that's, yeah. You get what I mean.
It is though, bad. I thought it was a good idea until I hear the negative side of it being used, and I'm like, oh man, come on. It ain't that fucking bad. It's a good term. It's not always fucking talking shit. It can be good. It can be good. We gotta let Canna in here. Good morning, Canna. You want to say hello?
What's going on, guys?
Bright and shiny face. What's up?
I just
When we
hopped
going
on here.
parachute,
I was
Ken?
awake. Huh?
Huh? When we going parachute?
When we
It's
going
the
parachute?
season now. When you get
Yeah,
when
it's
you
starting to
fucking
get
come to
warm.
Michigan, man. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we gotta see. We gotta see when I can get away up there, bro.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'll take you. I'm taking you up on that offer. You get up here.
Yeah, man. I'm
Don't sneak up here and then show me I was in Michigan postcard and shit. Doctor.
No,
Sent me a
I'll let you know.
postcard from Flint. Don't you be sending me no postcards from Flint, man.
Do they even have Flint postcards?
Use a water bag.
They used to.
What, back in the 70s?
When, I don't know, when was that whole debacle?
I'm sure
When
at
did it
one
hit the
point.
media?
It was before the auto manufacturers left,
Never
probably.
stops with Flint. Poor Flint's never left the media. Never. I
No.
don't think. Not while I've been growing up. I remember being like 4th, 5th grade and like go out of town, out of state. Where you from? Flint? Holy shit, I've heard that's a terrible town. Kill it. You know, like, at one point I just gave up on it. I was like, yep. You just get that serious yep. And people fucking shut up about that shit. Like, oh shit, this is one.
Yeah. So when I
Kinda
first
funny.
moved up there to be a medical caregiver, my ex was with me at the time, and I remember her mom called me, and she like right after we moved there, she didn't even realize like what Flint was. Then she heard it in the media, and she's like, "Where the fuck did you move my daughter to?" Blah, blah, blah. I was like, I'm pretty sure she's gonna be fine, because honestly, she's from Dayton, so I was like, it's not much more bad or worse. So. See what time is it?
So Chad's saying that you're gonna push me out that plane, Canna. I don't think you'd have to push me out that plane. I think I'd race you out that door, to be honest with you.
So
At
what
this
we
point,
call
I think I'd race you out there.
yeah, what we call that in the military, if someone is a refusal at the doors, we say you need a kiwi injection, because we used to shine our boots with kiwi boot polish.
Good
So
old
just
kick
put
in the ass, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Just put a boot in their ass. Exactly.
I gotta have a visual aid. Is this one of those ones that has the big ramp that, you know, the reverse?
It just it'll depend on like what airframe they give us. If like me and Eagle go to jump, they could either be anywhere from like a Cessna Caravan all the way up to a extra large Caravan that has a tailgate.
Okay.
So it just depends on what airframe they have, because a lot of times those skydiving places, they'll have another plane in town from another skydiving place and everything too, because they like to travel around and help each other out. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The tailgate ones are the best.
Yeah.
They've got a little bar underneath the bottom of the tailgate a lot of people don't know about. So like I like to hang on that thing and scare people, especially if you're a first time jumper.
Kind of hits for a minute before you take the ride.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always fun to screw.
Fly.
Oh yeah, dude, it's so much fun to screw with like the newbies and stuff. They're like, "How many jumps do you have?" I was like, "I don't know, like 100." But this is my first time like going up with like without a reserve. You want to come with me? All sorts of shit, or being like, "I don't know, man. Last time I jumped, I blacked out." You know, like they're asking you advice, and you just fuck with them the whole way up. Try to make them nervous, little things. Yeah.
Of course. Why wouldn't you? What kind of teacher would you not be if you didn't scare the fuck out of your students before, huh?
Yeah. Well, honestly, the whole thing about it is like you do it because you don't really kind of want a little bitch to be up in the plane with you, because if they're a little bitch up there, you got to handle it. You got to push them out to help the instructor push them out the door. I've totally had that. Like we were fighting this guy because no one can be landing in the airplane when it goes to land. Once that door opens, everybody's out. Cheers, 420.
I'd hate to be the sissy that walked out the back of that plane after it landed, to be honest with you.
That actually doesn't, that never happens unless like somebody's like having a heart attack or they're fucking dying. even when that happens, they throw them out the door because it's quicker to get down than to fly down.
Ah,
True story.
If you're going up, you're going down. That's all I think about that. You sign that waiver, and the rest is history.
Yep, you're pretty much, you sign that waiver, you're my bitch.
You know, in that situation, if you told me that, like right after that, like if you said that whole thing, you know, rewind 1 minute. If you told me that right after I signed the waiver, it would actually make me feel more comfortable, because then it'd be like, I don't actually have a say in this, so I'm just gonna fucking limp I'm gonna go full limp, and you just drag me right out.
I mean, anybody who's on.
Don't sign anything cannatrooper hands me.
It actually sounds fun. I could get talked into that. Like I said, I've bungee jumped. How much more different is that than bungee jumping?
Completely different. I think the best way to compare to bungee jumping is if you skydive off of like a hot air balloon. That's the most similar thing, because it's just like when you go up in a hot air balloon, you're just like watching yourself go up the whole time. You're like, oh fuck, this is gonna suck.
I passed that opportunity. I lived in Colorado Springs, and that's like one of the hot air balloon fucking capitals of the world. Didn't take that opportunity up. Regret it.
Dude, hot air balloons are the shit. I don't know why, like, that's not more of a thing. Like that's so much fun. One time we went up to about 500 feet and I hopped out and I just pulled my chute immediately as we popped out. I jumped out of it. It's called a hop and pop. Those are so much fun.
Oof, that brought on the sweats. Man, I got down in my room. Everything's on the same timer right now, the same time schedule. It was convenient for me way back when the time changed, when I reset everything, to have everything on the same time. Winter, it was nice to have that extra heat during the nighttime hours. You know, in daytime, I supplemented in other ways. But now it's too fucking hot in here. I gotta cut that heat in half. Transfer some of that LED heat to the daytime, where it likes that daytime heat. So yeah, it's fucking here right now. 85 right where I'm sitting. Oh, yeah. I'm glad I didn't go with my first response. It's a nice looking cat.
What?
I said, I'm glad I didn't go with my first response. That's a nice looking cat.
Don't. That's funny. Yeah, that's Ziggy. He's pretty cool.
Never been too much into the cat, so too mysterious. Well, that's the thing too, man. You learn to fucking be around a cat. You know, a dog, you train a dog. Dogs do what you want. Cats fucking do whatever the fuck they want. And you become around their habits, basically. Big difference.
I don't know. I like cats.
Yeah, And I can't help but wonder after I stopped talking and almost hit that mic, if it doesn't have something directly to do with that word I didn't use when I first seen the cat. Is it one and the same? They both do what they want and we just kind of follow along? That's the question.
What, for both cats and dogs?
No, the other term I was using would have been for cats and females. Do they both do what they want and we just learn to adapt?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it took you a second. Damn.
I mean, I well, yeah, no, I just took a really big dab.
Yeah.
I knew you were referring to an organ, but I didn't realize you were referring to opposite sex.
I'm trying to be nice about it.
Shout
Are you
out to
looking
the ladies?
shy like it, Tina?
Hmm?
Are you looking shy at somebody about that term?
No.
You got that look of shyness to your face, like, yeah, we're not talking about that.
I always have that. I'm just really stoned.
Feisty today, fucking Cannon. Feisty today. Maybe it's the ink.
The ink's going to your brain, man. It's that red ink, that red dye, red 40.
It ain't the red dye. It's a tough guy tattoo. It's a fresh tattoo.
Shiva has possessed your mind.
Not yet. It ain't done. You can't possess it until it's done, I would think.
Yeah.
So what do you guys got up for the day? Fresh week. We got any plans for the week? You want?
Is it Monday?
I know it all blends together anymore, don't it?
I'm almost just waiting for 420. Is that like anticipation time?
Yeah, that's next week.
Man, I got some planning to do. I'm gonna throw this together about as much time as I did last year. Except I got a good foot on it already. I do have some guests in the kitty. I haven't put times together or nothing like that. I still gotta throw together somewhat of a schedule and all that good shit. But it's happening. It's fucking happening. Even if I gotta sit on there 24 hours by myself, it's fucking happening. You would think it would be better than last year. I'm hoping. I can't promise.
Yeah.
Can't promise.
I would say so. And one cool thing is, back in the day when we would use Google Hangouts, we were limited to just 10 people. Now, I've been in one of these wormholes where I remember we had like 13, 14 people. That was just on one random night. So that's a good thing, not being limited at 10 people. That was the first time, like I said, I was in a chat with more than 10. So 420, I don't know. I don't know how small the windows get. If you have 50 people in a call, how small are those damn windows when you have everyone on the screen together? But we'll see.
It won't get that large. It won't get that large, I promise you. It's funny because you mentioned how big some of these panels have been. Mm-hmm. When I started this, I came from a panel show and I was like, so not panel. You look at the first couple months of the start of this, I was like, yeah, I'm going to limit the rabbit hole to fucking 4 people. And I kept it that way for the longest time. I didn't, it gets too confusing after 4. You get up 6, 8, people start talking over each other. Nobody's kind of really, it's not polite anymore. It's, I want to get my point across. It's like, it's kind of that barking dog mentality. That's not fun. And then when somebody doesn't get that I can't talk in, they fade to the background and it's like, oh, this ain't no more fun. You know what I mean? So it's hard. That's why I avoided that. And then I don't have an excuse why big-heartedness. Well, I've let them grow. You know what I mean? Not wanting to stick to my guns because I didn't want to say no to people. But luckily, as the show has grown and more people come on, etiquette has formed. You know what I mean? Everybody's kind of learned to talk with each other and time them out. It might take a time or two, but the rhythm naturally proceeds. So I didn't have to be a dick about it and limit it. You know what I mean? But 420 is a different beast because of the way it is. This year, last year, it was at groups of 3 with an open session at one point. This year, I think I'll move it up to, because we have more people and a better, well, not a better,
Royal
slush, that's a
Rumble.
horrible term. A bigger group of people from high up to low, you know what I mean? I want to mix, this year I want to try to mix a little bit to where some people, like say from chat, you know, might be in with some other folks they might not usually have a conversation with. But 4, I don't know how I'm going to figure out the timing though, because last year it would be like me and you. I'd have you set up for like an hour, and then on the half hour, that third person would come in, and that would rejuvenate the conversation a little bit. We had a little fresh perspective, kind of kept things rolling. And then halfway through, you would check out, and then somebody else would check in to kind of keep it all
Now,
rolling. It worked really good.
Did it naturally work out to where you had a line of people wait and come in?
Oh, I had it all lined up. I had it all prearranged. You were coming at this time from 9 to 10 o'clock. You were going to log on.
And then what was the trap door? What did you just say, okay, time to go? Or what was the trap door that you used to get rid of people?
I didn't really, but basically they knew the deal. So when the fourth person popped on, they kind of knew, it's time to check out, or, you know, maybe a quick hi, and then, but it worked. It flowed just like it was supposed to. Between like 8 and 10, I think there was a weird spot where somebody didn't show up, just one person, but it was still a good one-on-one. It flowed well. It flowed really well. So I don't know how to time in that rhythm of the fourth person, but something like that pretty much is what I'm thinking. Like I said, I don't want to get it to where we're shouting over each other or something like that. Then at some point, how it works, I keep forgetting that episode never aired. YouTube took that shit down. At some point, I'll open it up, kind of like Thanksgiving and Christmas, to where it's a free for all. Some people can pop on, say hello.
Do you happen to know the most amount of people you had at one time? Was I lucky that time when it was like 13, 14 people?
Yeah, that was probably the biggest one. Yeah, it's only happened a few times where it's gotten that big.
Yeah.
And every time I just like close my eyes and go, hopefully this is gonna work out. Because you know, this is honest. This is on the air thing here. This is where things change. This is where things change. There was a couple of times where I seen when I was governing, I guess it's a shitty word again, the panel to where, you know, I was keeping it to 4, and people would come on trying to jump in, and I wouldn't let them in because it was already to the max, in my opinion. And then I would see in chat, I tried to get in, but fucking Eagle wouldn't let me in, and blah, blah, blah. So I seen that a couple of times, and I'm like, that's kind of sucks. There's a rule. I'm just trying to abide by my rule. It isn't personal, you know what I mean? But I've seen it enough times to where it was like, fuck. You know, I ain't trying to single anybody out. It's just poor time. So I just started letting everybody in. Okay. So yeah, that's been the progressive of the show.
All right. Did that happen on 420? Was that when that changed? And then from that point on?
No, it didn't change till a little bit longer down. Maybe September. You know, right around September, the panels started getting a little bit bigger.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's been a good panel. I can't wait to see how it's going to change in the next year. I look back at some of the first episodes and I think, man, I should be still doing that shit. That's what I was talking about earlier, man. I want to keep that fire, man. I look back at some of them first episodes. I'm like, I should still be doing that. That was a good idea. You know, fuck. I'm glad I lost that. Glad I ain't doing that shit no more. But there's so many good things I did in the beginning that I think were key to building things. On time at 11:30 every night. That was one thing I think was very instrumental into kicking things off.
It is the consistency.
Yeah, I think so too, to be honest with you. I don't like to say that because I don't want to. That's my dirty weapon, to be honest with you. I don't want to say that. I don't want the rest of
blame it on the red
just
dye.
be on time.
Blame it on the red dye.
Not the red dye. Yeah. You know what's funny is I referenced you the other day, Red Pill, and it was to like a non-cannabis smoker. You know, last time talking about what was going on in the show and what we were talking about that evening. And I went to reference something you said. And don't ask me what it was at this point because I really don't fucking remember. But I said, Red Pill said, and the gentleman looked at me like, what kind of show is it? I'm like, Red Pill, you know, like the Matrix, red, blue pill. We're not really talking about pills here. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily a watcher of the show, but I was trying to sell it. I was still trying to sell it. So I had to specify.
That's cool. I got giddy last night when faux AB normal abnormal faux 20 abnormal gave me a shout out on his little lists there, and I have to do that same thing now. My mind is burnt out to where I get mad at myself for forgetting things that I want to remember. Didn't always used to be that. I think that's the thing of when I rolled over to 30, when that started. If that sounds bad, I'm sorry, but it started for me at 30. So I saw that and I thought that was cool. Thought it was cool that he shouted me out, and then that also makes me I have to start writing things down like that. Like when I watch so much shit now. It's not so much when I watch like comedy podcasts, but definitely when I'm watching the spotlight version of the show, or if it's a wormhole I'm not present at, you know, or if it's another information-based cannabis type, you know, stream. At the point now where I think so much, I got to start writing things down. It's mandatory.
Every mentor I've ever had is taking a journal. And I think, honestly, Red Pill, I think that's where I'm fucking up. I should be writing more things down. I think it's more key into the manifestation of life, your ideas. It helps you take in ideas better. You know, it kind of sinks them in there when you write it down. But you're exactly right. You know, journaling is an excellent way to, you know, keep your knowledge handy and pushing forward. And it's key to success, right? Flat out. You know, I know that's one of my flaws. I keep telling myself I'm going to do it.
Yeah, me too.
Documenting all data.
I could have been doing it since I was little, but I've been feeling this way since like I said, I'm 30 now. I've been feeling this way since I'm like 27. So there's already 3 years of maybe jokes that I thought of or certain sparks that I heard, you know, it's a podcast or this show or another show that I'm watching. And then either it's something I'm already thinking about and it helps me, you know, like decipher it or make sense of it, or it's just something that I hear something and then it, you know, takes me in a whole new direction. That's even more important to write down when it's a new profound thought. Those ones that you come real quick and then you forget what you're thinking of, that sucks. I hate that. It's like new inventions and, you know, new techniques or, you know, routine, you know, all that kind of shit. Yeah, everything.
Cannatrooper's
Write down
got
everything.
a fucking email koozie over there. You see that fucking thing? The thing's like fucking, it looks like an inch and a half of fucking coil. Jesus, man. Jesus. That's a lot of coil, man. Yeah, that
What
thing's
is it?
thick. That email, look at that thing. It's like twice the one I got there. That thing's banging. That's for fat dabbers. I'm not that fat of a dabber. I don't need that kind of heat. That's some 1 gram dabber bangers right there. Holy fuck.
Mhm.
How come you don't use an email, right, Bill? You fucking dab. You, if any of us should have an email, you should have a fucking email.
I
What the
didn't
fuck?
bring it. I didn't bring it. It's still in Colorado. I didn't bring it.
Okay.
It's old. Only half
It-
of it works. I have to have it
Again,
hotter than I would normally. It's
with the way you did that,
yeah.
that seems like that would have been first in the bag. Pipe
It would be,
email,
but
first thing
then,
pack.
there's been people that went the whole other route with it, and like I said, if I was gonna get I'm more of a frequent, like I said, I call it chain dabbing. It's where I'm not really doing 1 gram dabs. I'm doing like 6 dabs in a row that might add up to a gram. Right? That would be good for a e-nail. But if I was gonna do,
Email.
I had in Colorado, I had one, but I have a video. There's a video on my YouTube channel where I do. Now the video itself is 9 minutes and 15 seconds, but there's an intro to me talking, and there's a coughing outro of me talking. But minus, I'll just say the 15 seconds to be, whatever, conservative. But there's a video of me doing 11 dabs in 9 minutes off of a I have 11 different dabbers, all preloaded with a dab. Forget what the video was for. I didn't win the contest of whatever it was for, doing some kind of dabbing contest. But I did 11 dabs in 9 minutes. What it ended up being. Like I said, teeny bit shorter than that, but I had it all pre-prepared. So yeah, I can go crazy with the I have the same thing. I have a video of me doing slab dabs and stuff, just picking up a whole solid sheet of shatter that lifts off the parchment paper and doing a dab off the corner of it. But I don't know. I didn't bring it from Colorado here to Wisconsin, and I'm already down on the normal rig that I like to use. I like to use this rig, but it's a 10 mil. I broke the nail that went for it. And then because I had a backup rig, I brought 2 rigs out from Colorado. I just been whatever sufficient off this one. That's all I have
I gotta
for
throw this
dabbing.
out there before I run out. Before I forget it. Cannatrooper. You using fucking shish kebab sticks and Q-tips or cotton balls to clean that fucking thing or what? An 8-inch fucking banger and shit.
Mhm.
He's got the Grand Canyon banger over there. You just drop it and wait 30 seconds for it to hit and then start hitting your rig.
Yeah. So that's
It's
what I was
only a
gonna say.
26 mil.
Depth or
It's
width?
not. It's not even a 30.
Okay.
So red
But you
pill.
still have to have a
Would
custom
you
card
say
cap.
Mm-hmm.
I like those ones, to be honest with you. I think it's better hits, letting that air go through as you hit it. I can't never
Yeah.
get that, you know what I mean? Up and down. I want air and not there.
I hate
Sorry.
spinning them and stuff, but like this one, it just like leans in. You just roll it around. It's a lot easier.
It's the only carb cap I have. It's Jong, JONG_glass on Instagram. It's not worth its glory showing you right now because I don't have the UV. It's a Lucy. Lucy is just clear glass in normal lighting conditions, and it's dirty right now. Should be showing without oil covering it, but it's just clear glass. But with UV, it's pink. It fluoresces pink under UV. That's the only carb cap. Like I said, I also brought out. I brought out the 2 dab rigs, that carb cap, my 2 broken torches, and that chem dog pipe. over there.
You bring broken torches, but leave the e-nail. You can buy a new torch anywhere, redpill. They're cheap.
Well, no. You're right. I brought 2 broken torches. Even my dad had the sense that you just said and bought me a new working torch. So now I have a working torch that really isn't that. Here we go. I should just shut up. But if I were to buy that new nail for that rig I like, then this torch would be sufficient enough to heat it up because it's a brand new clean quartz nail. On this dirty quartz nail that I have to either scrape clean or use alcohol Q-tips to clean out, I have the broken blazer. Broken blazer doesn't, I have to use a lighter or this torch to get going. But this one's more powerful. This one heats up that one. This one heats up that one. Sorry, I'm OCD.
Red pill's just as cheap as I am.
Yeah, I'm OCD and cheap.
Nothing wrong with that. Right? Nothing wrong with that.
I like it though. Hey, I don't gotta. You know what? I just don't care. There's more things in life I care about. I got a slab here. I'm not worried about how hard it is for me to heat up the surf it is that I dab on. There's things I stress out more about in life about,
So what's the difference in the coils there, Canna? Why is one set at 4 and one set at 530? Is the sidewall is 530 and the bottom's 4?
The bottom's 530 and the walls are 4. 530 is kind of the temperature we've found on these quartz bangers with these coils. I was doing it a little bit higher. This is kind of like where it just simmers it, so you can just keep hitting it and get like the maximum like effect out of your dab. Just like doesn't burn it up. I don't know if you noticed, but I took like fucking like 10 dabs back to back on that one dab. So it just makes it sing.
Thing, the multiple hits, man. You get that, let that banger get dirty, man. You can only get a couple good puffs and then you stop and it smolders in the banger. Just gets wasted.
I always wait for it to go under 300 on this too. That's the other thing before I like start using any sort of like liquid on it. So that way I like preserve the banger a lot better as well.
I was going to say why I said it the other way is I assume that you were trying to go for maybe a lower temp dab. So the bottom one being the 400, and I'm thinking the walls being 530 would like melt on the way as it passed through the 530 and then just simmer on that 400 bottom on that cold dab.
I actually
silly thing.
You're not wrong. When I have like this is some BHO right here. So when I have like solventless rosin, I like to do it at a lower temp. And I'll reverse it. Because all I need to do is literally just switch which coil goes into which output, because I just keep temperatures the same. That way I can just reverse it that way.
What there is one benefit to that is if you are, when you're dropping dabs into the bucket, hotter on top because of thermodynamics and what oil is, it's trying to run away from the heat. So when you have it hotter on top, it's dripping off the side walls and staying more on the bottom, in one solid puddle, so it's actually, it sounds like it's, whatever, it sounds like it would be the other way around, but it works better that way. Thermal conductivity.
I almost would assume that, if it got by that heat zone, that it would force it towards the cold 400 bottom versus, trying to pop up and pass.
Right, exactly.
Really cold spot.
Mm-hmm. That's why for my favorite nail that I want, potentially my favorite nail, I haven't dabbed off one, but I can understand the physics of it. And that's why it would lead me to believe that I would like it so much, is the original terp slurpers, which it's just like a bucket. It's like a bucket. And then there's a straw on the bottom of the bucket, which leads to a pan. And then the pan is open on the bottom that draws up through that straw into the bucket. So when you dab off the top, you're heating up that bottom saucepan on the bottom the most. So all the heat is rising up. You only have enough residual heat around the bucket to melt the dab off the dabber. It drops into the bucket, falls through the straw where it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter. So as gravity is bringing it down, it's getting hotter, it's evaporating more. It hits that little saucepan and it just boils like on a skillet. So then the air that you're drawing through this part of it, the neck of it, is constantly drawing it up through that straw, like straw. So your terp bubbles coming off that saucepan are what's coming off that straw. So it's like a recycler inside the bucket where you're constantly having oil drip down due to gravity and heat and come up as, evaporated terp bubbles. And it's a very efficient nail as far as getting, burning off all, I don't call it burning, but, vaporizing all your dab plus drawing the terpenes and the dab itself up through, it's bubbling through melting dab as it hits. So I'm just imagining, they call it a terp slurper. I'm just imagining how thick the terpenes would come off with that.
My mind is so fucked up. I swear, dude, my mind isn't right sometimes. And I say that because I was still laughing about Cannatroopers last time on. And what he was showing off some funny shit on his last episode. And then for some fucking reason, talk about dabs, I thought it'd be funny. And I still think it would be funny, and I bet you there's a market for it. Some chicks would probably love it, like preformed little dick dabs there. You know what I'm talking about?
That'd be hilarious.
Wouldn't it though? But
they talk about drop the dick.
This is where it gets funny. Oh yeah. So this is where it gets funny. Would you drop one of those little dick dabs into a terp slurper and hit that shit?
Yeah, you definitely could. The like how there's
you could, but
here it's not just you could, it makes more sense because of its phallic shape. And the terp slurpers themselves have terp screws, which are what you would say tailored made carb cap. Because like I said, the way it's shaped, it's got depth into it. It's cylindrical and deep. So the terp screws, it's just like a screw, right? And you drop that over the top of it. So it's sealed over the top. It's flat. It's got a flat head like a screw does. But inside is where that cylindrical duct of air is going, forcing air straight down on top of that little terp saucepan on the bottom of the terp slurper. So yeah, it would work because it's so cylindrical. You want to dunk things, so to speak, in it. The terp slurpers are made for large dabs. So if I were to have them a little bit, this is more of a pull and snap, even a little bit more gooey than a pull and snap.
No, you pull and snap. No fucking dab like that, damn it. You dropped in just like Canada.
I ain't gonna pull and snap it. I might tug it, but it's not no snapping. But
it's funny. I'm telling you right now, there's some dab queen out there that's willing to do one dab, 1 gram, little dick dabs like that. Look, just that's funny. The only way I could see that being any funnier, is as described earlier by redpill, the way the terps bounce around the bottom of the skillet like that, that thing would bounce around until it melted.
Bop, 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 bop.
As it would. Just saying. I warned you before I even spit it out.
It would shrink right. Though. It would melt.
At least you spit.
Yeah, it's a very short. The last 2 seconds is about how long that lasts. Long enough, though.
That's fucking funny shit right there. It's funny shit. I'm telling you, it would sell to the female market. I think it would sell me. Yeah, honest with it.
It's fun doing big dabs. One of my favorite ones was the ball and chain. There's a lot of different, you can name dabs things, but it's a very cool one. It's a worm dab,
You
self-explanatory.
could use the same one.
You could use the same exact terp slurper, good for a ball and chain, but ball and chain's a little bit more funnier because you're making it really hard on yourself because you're putting maybe like a half gram spherical dab on the top or on the bottom of maybe another half gram worm dab. You do this big fat 1 gram dab, but the front of it is right away. You're gonna kick your ass right away. And the just holding on in there by a loose thread is literally that loose thread worm dab that you're dropping in there. So
I'm gonna confirm my point. You take that, it's just another name for the very same thing. To the same audience. They drop
Same-
that fucking that fucking dick dab in there. It could be to them, what is it? The ball and chain. Boom.
Yeah.
Same name, different process. Same. Correct.
yeah, I guess that's. I mean, I didn't. The person doing this, I guess they came up with ball and chain because that's their mind didn't take them to the dick dab right away. Like I said, the queen dabber, she might have gone there. She wasn't thinking ball and chain at first. She was just thinking dick dab.
I don't know why. I wouldn't have normally thought of it either until I was sitting here fucking
Until
staring at
that,
cannatrooper,
until that damn
thinking
red
about
ink-
his last visit. That's fucking cannatrooper. He's
I'm
always
blaming
fun to
it on
fuck
the red
with.
ink.
I laughed about that the whole next day, to be honest with you. And then I seen in another chat somebody else was doing it on another show a couple days before. I was like, really? Is this a trend? Is this really going to be a trend? I don't know.
I've seen it. There's, it's one of those. There's nothing new under the sun. Whenever you get excited about inventing something the first time, you get a fucking poo-poo parade because you find out it wasn't really you that created it. Right? If we went down the road of who's the first person to mold their shatter in a dick dab, we're gonna have to go year by year by year till we find more and more and more and more. And then someone, there's gonna be some old timers like, no, no, no. No, no, no. We did that. We mixed fucking hash oil and pipe resin and made a fucking dick dab sculpture. So
If you're gonna make a dick dab culture, I'd better get a big JJ
no,
fucking banger.
absolutely
That's
not.
all I
don't
say.
wanna be- No,
It's gotta, yeah. Oh no, we gotta even up the score. If you're making dick dabs, I want a JJ banger. I've got to be able to drop it right
well,
in there.
okay.
at
If we want to
once.
get super,
And it's gonna be a
bomb-
terp slurper too. It's not gonna be a regular banger.
Okay, well that's. I
It's
mean,
gotta
if
be
you
a
want to
terp
get
slurper.
if you want to get super
JJ
bubbling, we don't have to make the terp slurper from quartz. You use quartz because it has high integrity to heat and cooling and that. If you want to have what you're talking about, the JJ, or at least where my mind went, is we're gonna make a terp slurper out of the pink colors of glass. Maybe pink Cadillac, maybe ambrosia, maybe. Oh wait, was it ambrosia? No, it's a aphrodisiac. There's a lot of cool pink colors of glass, but that's what I would do. I would make you a 1 of 1 pink terp slurper.
So I actually have some pink stuff right here at my feet.
What you got?
Let your minds wander on that. I'm getting them all. Right here. Seeing how we are a men and women culture, there were a few ladies that wanted pink shirts.
Pink t-shirts.
Huh?
Ta-da!
Pink show shirts. Huh? There you go. A few people already got them. Lexi was the first one to get it, test drive. But there was a demand. There was a demand. So there they are.
I did catch that you said that there's almost one T-shirt for every day of the week. Is that mathematically? Okay, so
No, there's a different. I've almost got a different.
are there free
design for every
slots?
day of the week.
Are there days on the week? Is there a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday slot still open?
No, they're not that well organized. We're like,
Ah, I want to brainstorm another T-shirt. You don't have a red one yet, do you?
no,
Red
no, no,
shirt?
no. I think orange might be next, like a cool orange. Not like a safety orange, but maybe an
Okay.
orange.
Okay.
I want the black. I want the fucking black. Is what I want. I don't understand why I can't get the black yet. They got a new machine that they're not used to printing with the black yet.
Mhm.
Let's make sure they're right. But I want black. And like the yellow shirt is with
Mhm.
just the basic kazoo design. I want that, but like it all white and what shows through
Mhm.
their faces and everything, just to be the shirt color, black. You know what I mean? A two-tone, maybe even yellow and black, as Bingus pointed out, would be cool. But I think it'd be too easy to do. I think it'd look killer. That's what I want next, but I don't think they're happening next. Yeah. Want to give away a T-shirt while we're talking about it? Might as
Uh-oh.
well fucking give away a shirt while we're talking
One of the
about
pink
it.
ones?
I don't think I got a pink one loaded up. I don't have a pink one loaded. I almost all spoken for it, to be honest with you.
Hey guys,
They're
I'm
on,
actually
like-
gonna go ahead and get off. I
What
had
up,
a
cannatrooper? No, just kidding. I love you, buddy.
yeah, man.
Jump off right when the giveaway, when the fun starts. Okay.
I'm sorry, bro. I was trying to. I didn't want to get caught.
As soon as he heard there was no pink T-shirt being given away.
Yep, I was holding out, bro. I'm sorry. Unreal.
He's getting chat. Try to win it then. Huh?
Yeah.
Got a large right here. Get in chat. Try to win it. All right. I want to see a number, Canna.
I'm actually gonna get back to bed here now that I like dabbed myself into oblivion.
Yeah.
Fine, cannatrooper. Go back to bed.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for letting me on.
Peace.
Take care, brother.
Later.
All right, Red Pill. We got 44 people watching. I have to throw this one out there because I have a boatload of shit going overseas. So, unfortunately, to save myself on a little bit of shipping, this round will be US, Canada only. No, US, just US, because I got to fill out the same shit for Canada. So sorry, 90% of you that are probably watching right now. US only. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. You know I got much love for you guys, though. For real. For real. We got 44 watching. That's probably going to cut our numbers down, but we're still going to do the same theory. Cut it down a little bit. Go
44 watching. What happened to the other 36 people usually watching?
We're an hour past. Stop that. We're in OT. We're in OT right now. All right. Red Pill.
Yeah.
Will you please pick out a number and send it to me in the Zoom chat? From anywhere from 0 to 200, please.
Can I send it on Instagram instead of the Zoom chat? Does that work?
No, not on Instagram. Just in the Zoom chat. Not the YouTube. Chad, if some miracle you win this shirt, I'll make sure you get a pink shirt. Okay?
Okay.
I got you like that, Chad. I got you. Now the winner is going to want a pink shirt no matter what. No matter what. They're already guessing. It says 64 watching. Voodoo Ultra says maybe it's just because my page is not updated or some shit. That could be. That could be. I'm sorry to the other 20 people I didn't know was watching. My bad, guys. All right. I guess.
I'm looking for the chat or how to.
Go on your phone, go to ... I'm sure it'd be like in the ... I think you can choose chat. Could be wrong. Oh, I can send you something and it will pop up. How about that? How about that? There you go. I just sent you a message. It should pop up. Just return it with a number. All right. To those, the rest of you guys that are listening to me, in this package are slaps from myself, Smiley, and Canafari. There are some Nightingale seeds here from Canafari. And fuck, I can't even read my own fucking writing. And something else in here. I can't fucking read. Probably a hat pin. Probably a hat pin. I'm gonna go with there's. Oh, I got it. Slaps, seeds, and a large shirt. That's what's in this package. Slaps, seeds, and a large shirt. Can't even read my hand. It's fucking scribbling. There's no dicks in this. There's no dicks in this. You guys are already going. You only
Hold
get
on,
one
you didn't
guess
even
when
read
it goes
start. Hold
firing
on, hold
off.
on. Eagle,
They're-
did you get
they're
that?
killing it.
Did you get that?
I did.
Does that work?
I got it. That works. That's perfect.
All righty then.
So let me
You
get
did it.
my timer going here. Minute and 31 seconds. Start. Good luck, guys. Good luck.
I hope I picked a lucky number for anyone in the chat. Pick your lucky number.
Dozer won. I haven't even. We just started. How did Dozer win?
What the fuck? How does that always happen every time?
You guys and your psychic abilities are.
Yeah,
amazing.
dude, that always happens. I've been here for
Sorry,
numerous amount of those giveaways. How the hell did that happen? You want to redo it?
You should have seen. I think that what was it? Thanksgiving. I think that when that happened, man, the whole panel. I think there was like 8 people on. We were all like dumbfounded. Like, did that just fucking happen? Really? Did that just fucking happen? Nobody even knew how to explain it. We were
It
all
keeps happening.
like, okay.
Ah, that's great. Dozer, congratulations.
I think it's funny how the legend lives on, though. How people don't, you know what I mean? How something like that is still running. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I know the gift basket thing will never die. Never die. All right, 5 seconds, guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. I've seen some close answers, but I don't think I seen it right on. Turn off this fucking annoying alarm. Why did the closest one I see right off the bat have to be the guy out of the country that knows he can't win? Come on. Damn it. I see a second runner up, though. I think I got, and he deserves it, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think that's it. I think, how 2E? You're just fucking with me. You couldn't have, you were disqualified in either. One guess. Did Cheddar Bob get his guess in? He should get a guess. Cheddar Bob, I'll make an exception. You want to throw that guess in there. All right. All in my dumb ass. Now what do I do? I've got a conundrum going now.
See.
All right. that was supposed to be stop and chat. For some reason, I wrote start instead of stop, and now the numbers
Double
are
start.
taking off again. It's not a double start. Anything before that start are the numbers.
Yeah.
If we have to, we'll play again to correct this situation.
Oh, I
But-
figured out how to do the numbers, so I'll figure it out I'll type that number a second time real fast.
Got to go back and look again. The second round of numbers got me confused because they picked up on what I was putting down about John's guess there.
I'm gonna pick
So
it.
the number was 46, correct? Correct.
Mhm.
Without looking, did I bring it up? The winning number was 46. The closest one I seen right offhand was Rob at 55. But Rob's disqualified because he's not in the US. Much love to you though, Rob. Thank you. Sorry. But the runner-up would be I want to say Jason Eisner. Yeah, Jason Eisner with 57. Is there any disagreements? Was motherfucker.
Oh, so
Cheddar
that's
Bob
crazy.
was-
No one
Ah,
was
damn.
within.
I think it's
No
Cheddar
one-
Bob, to be honest with you. I'll hook both of you up because I spoke too soon. But Cheddar Bob says, like 3 lines down, 42 is my guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 6,
Yeah.
6 lines in 42. 42's got to get it, but
Yeah.
I made the ass move of calling Jason out first. So I'd honor both, to be honest with you. I'll honor both. So I spoke before confirmation. Justin Bean said 53, but it was after the start. The second start, they should have been stopped. Man, I got a mess going now. Shit. I'm digging in deep already here, redpill. Help! Help, Brett. Oh, shit.
Well,
Cheddar Bob
want
is
it.
most definitely a clear
Yeah.
winner because he was the first one. But Jason Eystone, I got much love for that cat, man. He's been helping out quite a bit, and I
Not
did call him out
necessarily.
first. Seems like I'd have to honor that, wouldn't I? I mean, I'm open. I'm open for whatever. Talk to me here, people. What is fair? What is fair here?
what is
I
fair?
think Jason should because I called it out.
If you want to
I
do
shouldn't
a
have said
two-for-one,
anything. till
you
I
can
was
do
sure.
that. Closer is what I think counts, right? It doesn't necessarily who lands or who
Damn.
closer counts, right?
Chad Westport said he sees a fucking 50 or a 43.
What the hell?
In the first round, Chad? I can't be that fucking black. Wait a minute. Back to this start. 72.
All right, cue the Benny Hill theme song.
Yeah, right? Yes, motherfucker. He says my second guess is 43, but it's his first guess after start. Oh, this is getting to be fucking.
Redo.
I can't do that to him, can I? I can't do that. It's a fucking clear number winner here. Those two guessed 1 to 20. But now it's a threesome. With 43, it's a threesome. With Southern BT now with 43, it's Cheddar Bob because I called him first.
Oh,
Well,
43
actually,
is 43 is closer.
Jason Eystone first. Yeah, 43 is closer. And now,
So
now
then-
I've already called out two other winners.
Whoopsie daisies.
Jason said he'd trade for a wrench. You'd rather
Trade
have a
for a
wrench than
wrench.
a t-shirt, Jason?
Ooh,
I'd give you a wrench. You deserve a wrench, to be honest with you. But you deserve a t-shirt as well. Your choice, Jason. Your choice. Wrench or shirt.
Dun, 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 dun.
Other account. How many accounts you got, BT? Holy cow.
Okay.
Tricky. Chad says Southern VT used 2 accounts or used.
All right, are we gonna have to do a
What's
total?
going on? Wait,
It's gonna be a total recall.
I'm reading chat. I'm reading chat. A large
This is like-
shirt would fit. I thought you'd rather have the shirt there, Jason. I thought you'd rather have the shirt.
Mhm.
Huh. Fuck it. I've got 4 packs available. Instead of doing three contests, I was a blabbermouth. I got to learn my lessons. I'm monitoring my shit. I called out 3 names. 3 names get prizes. It's the only way I'm going to do it. It wasn't 3 contests, but it was 3 winners in that one contest. So, damn, they're still going on with more possibilities.
The numbers
Ted
are still
Westport says
flowing in the
43
chat.
should be disqualified because there was two accounts, 2 guesses, which technically is right. But how awesome is it that VT's using 2 accounts? That's 2 views.
This episode's always going to be known as T-shirt gate now.
At least it'll be talked about. Good for Leslie, nonetheless. You gotta look at it in the positives. You gotta look at it in the positives. So, you know, damn, this is a toughie. So already, instead of Bob, Jason Stone, you both have won. You both. I opened my mouth out, called you guys winners. There's no way I'm gonna take back that winner term and put loser after your name. Sorry, not happening. Not happening. Not happening. So, Jason said a large would work. Cheddar Bob, are you a medium or a large? I have both available. Cheddar Bob's popping in. Cheddar Bob's popping in. Come on, Cheddar Bob. Help us figure this shit out. Southern VT. Both numbers were the same, weren't they? I mean, and again, I think it's pretty awesome that he's watching from the 2 accounts. That's got to
Wait a
count. That
second.
has
Why-
to account
If
for
you're
something.
if you're gonna use 2 accounts, why'd you pick
Oh,
the
Cheddar
same
Bob's
number?
coming in like that? What?
Cheddar Bob.
Coming in. What's up, Cheddar Bob? Ripped, man.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, homie?
What's going on?
I was just saying that I don't need a shirt, Eagle. I wear you in my heart. So I'm always shining you, man.
Well, that makes me the winner. Bob, thanks.
Overall, man. Overall, you are the winner.
That is nice. But you got to have a shirt. So you
I'll
medium
take a
or
shirt.
large?
What's
Medium or
that?
large? Medium or large?
Oh, medium, definitely. I'm just a wee boy. A wee boy.
Woo! I can come out of the closet. Thank God.
Jason Eyestone, believe it or not, I do have an XL laying around.
Are
But
you
that-
also a medium?
I fit a medium
No.
nicely. I can wear a large, but yeah, medium probably looks better on me.
I know a large
I'm
would look like a
I'm
night
taking the
dress.
hint. I'm taking the hint. So this I just because I'm too lazy to type at the moment, just gonna use the mic a little bit. Jason Eyestone says, do you have a large? I do have a large, but it's gonna have to come with a trade, Jason. Just as you've made many trades already tonight in this very same fucking contest. How fucking hilarious.
Compromise.
Yeah. And I guess it may work out for a win-win for you. Because if you give up the large shirt for the extra large, I don't have pre-packaged prizes, basically. The large, extra large is just floating around. So the extra large would not come with beans. But to make up for the no beans, I can give you a wrench, an extra large shirt, and a wrench. How's that, Jason? Does that work? Is that
Maybe
a deal? We come to a compromise there?
How old is he? Maybe he'll grow into it.
Extra large, it sounds like he's already grown into it. Or the ranch. He's earned the ranch.
Paul Bunyan.
All right, Cheddar Bob.
Hey, where's
So
Paul
that
Bunyan from?
means
Is he from Michigan or is he from Maine?
he's from Oregon, wasn't he?
He just turns around. He just does that same 360 that he turns around repeatedly in, right? He's in Wisconsin. He's in Canada. He's in Michigan.
One foot at a time.
Yeah. I wonder why he never wandered anywhere else. You know, he could probably spin around the whole fucking earth like in 6 leaps.
I think he ended up in Oregon. He started in Maine.
The whole earth should be Great Lakes. This Paul Bunyan shit's bullshit.
Dragging his axe across the country.
Yeah.
All right. To the third dilemma here in this debacle of a contest that I just threw down. Trying to make it all right, though. Southern VT, you did have the winning number. Technically, according to most people watching, that should have disqualified you because you used the 2 accounts. But I personally think it's awesome you're watching from fucking two accounts. To me, that kind of doesn't that count?
It's pretty smart.
Yeah.
The ingenious of it should count. That should be taken into play.
It should.
If he hit the like button twice, it should offset guessing twice in the trip.
Yes, I would take that as well in helping sweeten this deal, Southern BT.
And you know when
if you hit that like button, both accounts, I'll honor your win. Are you a large or medium? And I'm watching the thumbs up.
But you're only getting pink.
Medium gang. Come on, let's have 3 mediums. Let's go on a three medium musketeers thing.
Now, who would be the third? Jason gave his up for an extra large.
I'm a medium. Cheddar Bob's medium. I'm a medium, and Jason maybe he's a medium.
His left arm is a medium.
Yeah, I want to have a 3
How did redpill get at the end of the line?
He can wear it as
just quit the team and went to the end of the line. Picked the winning number and went to the end of the line.
He can wear it as a terp sleeve, you know, as a harvesting sleeve. The medium, you can just pull it over one arm.
If you're not going to give it one to Southern Dabber or Southern, I'm an asshole. If you're not going to give one to him, then you're not going to. Or yeah, okay, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna take a dab.
It's terribly early. Terribly early. Okay. Let me see if I've got this correct. Cheddar Bob. Medium. Correct. Okay.
Correct.
Just so, because I'm going to write your name on this package. So I like to do that shit. It helps me avoid confusion.
Are you gonna send it under Cheddar Bob?
If that's what you want me to send it on.
That'd be sweet.
Isn't it really Cedric Bob?
Cedric Bob. Seti Bob. Little Seti Bob.
Ooh, I grabbed you the good one, Cheddar Bob. This one come with Coma King seeds, bred by Cannatrooper.
Ooh.
It also comes with hat pins.
What?
Slaps,
I thought it was just a t-shirt.
And a medium shirt. They were all different. That's just what I announced for that large shirt. With the large shirts back into the kitty. So now I'm gonna dig out. Did Southern BT say what it was? I seen him say pink, but I don't know if I'll get the pink. I think get just preloaded packaging. Medium or large, Southern BT. I can see the need for pink, so I may just order some more pinks. If you guys want some pinks, I'd order some pinks. If you guys like pink, what the fuck? What the fuck? It needs to be pink, right? But
can you make like a goofy ass color? Like just
I'm
like
gonna throw this stipulation on too. for future reference, even if you're using two accounts, unless they're completely different names that we can't prove. Only
have to
one
have
guess. Only one
They have
guess.
two different physical addresses.
Too tough to prove. That's
Grandma
too
gets
tough
a
to
free.
prove.
Grandma gets a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Large. All right. So you will get the Comrade Gold, some slaps, and a large shirt. Southern VT. Sorry. But they were just random the way they got packed. No favoritism. Random pull.
A
Random
little
pull.
favoritism. A little favoritism.
You're just saying that because you're on the screen, Cheddar Bob. It just worked out that way. It just worked out that way. But we do like each other.
If you send your real return address on that, I'll send you some lobsters.
Oh, nice. I will put my real address on there just for you, Cheddar Bob.
All right.
Shipping.
Deal. Done deal.
Done deal. Put in the coupon code "done deal" and save yourself whatever.
That's right. See if it works on U.S. postal shipping.
Doesn't it? No? What? What?
I know Dunn has his fingers in everything nowadays. So very well, he may be part of the postal system now, like stamps.com or something.
United States Done Service.
All
Yeah.
right. So I'm going to need addresses, guys. I'm going to need addresses so I can get these out. So hit me up, please. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not going to pull a Rosenthal and put my address out on in public. Did you see that show where he was on a show with Soma and he gave out his advertiser's cell phone number? And there's like 52,000 subscribers. And I can't imagine how many calls that guy may have ended up getting.
Somebody, I'm not going to say who because they're a pretty big person. I'm gonna leave it vague. Came on with their cell phone number as their name, and they didn't get caught the whole episode.
Who, me?
There is.
I'm going back.
No.
Going back and watching.
It just says your name. The phone name.
Yeah.
Like but no, it was the phone number. They did a call in instead of just clicking the link. They actually did the call in. They called the number, and it brought them through, but it showed their number as the account they were calling from. So, like the whole video, their number's up on the screen. I'm thinking, the next day I was thinking, man, I wonder how many calls they're getting today, because somebody's got to be taking them up on that number. Somebody's got to wrote that number down. I forgot to ask the last time that guest was on the show. If someone's going through and watching 373 plus episodes to try and find it right now. Good luck. You probably either caught it or you didn't. Peter put his cell up on the fucking show the other day. I almost did at one point, but then I was like, nah.
At our first day of golf yesterday.
Actually. Did you?
Yeah. Started at 9 o'clock in the morning at 38 degrees.
Maybe not so lucky.
Which was fun.
Admirable.
Yeah. Start a little bit of misty rain. Your normal April, Maine weather. Fun time had by all though.
Is there any penalty shots for knocking the ice cubes off the grass there, like a divot shot? Cut the grass right in half because it's ice over.
Personal penalties, nothing course related, just shame points.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm learning.
The other day,
ever learning.
I think it was about a week ago. We played indoors. My buddy has like an indoor golf setup. So we played indoors all winter. And through the winter, you know, every once in a while, someone would hit a ball and it would ricochet around the room. And finally, last Sunday, I'm the only person to get hit inside. I took one right to the tip of your hip.
Kidney.
You know, like
almost, huh?
Right there.
Lucky it wasn't the kidney, brother.
Oh man, going about 100 miles an hour, right to the bone. No good.
Yeah, you'd be pissing blood right now if that had hit your kidney. I'd be thankful for the bone shot.
Yeah. Could have hit the tip of my dink.
Yeah, that could have been way worse.
Yeah.
You know, I guess it's kind of a funny story. It's tragic, but it's kind of funny. He was very, very lucky. Very, very lucky. But my nephew, we were out, my last house had a pretty nice hunk of property, and we used to fucking have a go-kart track set up in the back and fucking ride four-wheelers and shit out there. I was out there that one day and with my nephews that I love dearly because I love my daughters, but I love my nephews. I love that rough house time. You know what I mean? Ah, come here, you little fucker. I play some football with them fucking kids like no tomorrow. Right. Almost too rough because I'm missing that play time, you know what I mean? But anyways, so we're riding four-wheelers. I was out there all day long. Decided to take a break. Last thing I said was, you guys groom these corners. They were pretty sloppy from ripping through there all fucking day. And I went in the house thinking, listen, to be honest with you. So I go in the house. No sooner do I get in the house, do I hear this super loud crash that quieted the whole fucking neighborhood. I mean, it was loud. You knew something bad happened. My heart stopped, to be honest with you. And this incident ended fun time at Uncle Eagle's house because I was too scared. Because up to that point, it was like that's where everybody came to play barbecue and all that good shit. But he hit a fucking tree with that four-wheeler, to be honest with you. Fucking hooked that front wheel with a nice sized pine tree. It actually ripped that wheel clean off the frame. That little A-frame that bolts up to the frame, both steel rods sheared off. Threw that fucking tire right off the machine. Handlebars, when that grabbed, spun around. He would, luckily, thank the Lord, did not hit that tree. He zoomed right by the tree. Luckily. Otherwise, that kid would have been dead. No doubt about it. He would have hit that tree.
You're going like more than 40 miles an hour.
Do you know what the injury was that he did receive? And this is where it's kind of funny,
a beating from Uncle Eagle for breaking his four-wheeler.
Yep.
I ended up giving the four-wheeler away. I didn't give two shits about that. His life is way more important. No. And then, plus, not to mention, unfortunately, I got a giggle out of the injury because I didn't. But let me just play it out here. So he comes up to the house. I run out there. You okay? You okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. He's a teenager, 14, 15 years old. He just realized he fucking totaled out my four-wheeler and all that shit. So he's sucking it up, trying to be the man about it. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. You sure, man? Yeah. Walk up to the house, man. I'm like, man, you're so lucky. So lucky, Sean. Actually, he's my nephew that pops in the chat once in a while. Hopefully you're watching, Sean. Love you, buddy. Fucking look, you're fucking lucky, man. You could have fucking died right now. You should be thinking of how lucky you are, cherishing life. We get in the house and he's like, yeah, you're right. About half hour later, he's been in the bathroom for a few minutes. He comes back out. He fucking T-balled himself The only place he hit was the dingleberries on the way through. And again, I told him, "Oh, you are so lucky you didn't pull that whole thing off, buddy, with that fucking handlebars."
Mhm.
But yeah, we ended up having to take him to the doctor. His shit just swelled up big as fucking watermelon. You might not ever have kids. So, but yeah, that was the only injury out of it all was a big
That's a good one.
sack of elephant nuts. Yeah, I'd take it versus hitting that tree, but the look on his face when he came out though.
What's crazy is if this was one of your nieces, everything would be fine.
He says he comes out and he's still got that head hung low, don't want to look me in the eyes. Oh, you poor fucker, get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. But yeah, it's funny. We still laugh about it to this day because he carried it. The swelling went down. He still used everything, but the purpleness carried for a little while. And we spoke fun at it about that shit. It definitely slowed his crazy ass down. It wasn't a life lesson, but it was definitely the end of unsupervised fun at my place. I was scared shitless after that. I was lucky to everybody. He wasn't seriously hurt. Everything played out. Fold him.
Being
right there.
Being a parent or being responsible for someone else's child is super goddamn scary. I mean, we have four boys and a daughter between my wife and I, and man, like just the possibilities, being a parent is like, that's why we don't have any hair. It's like so much worry comes along with so much of everything else, all the good.
I think I'd still be in sports if I had 4 boys, to be honest with you. I tried sports with my girls. They weren't into it, to be honest with you. And I used to be big into sports, huge into sports, to be honest with you. I wrestled from fucking 4th grade all the way through school. I could have fucking had a college ride. I talk about that in a fucking another episode. It was shitty coach and fucking fucked things up for me, but the ride was there. I went semi-state in wrestling 2 years in a row. Did good. Played football all through school. Boxed. A little bit of American kickboxing, just flat out regular kickboxing. But stayed in shape all through the years. Then as I got older, I was like, I'm not going pro. You know what I mean? The dream ain't there. I don't even still watch sports to this day. I don't even watch football. I don't watch none of that shit. And fucking dream's over. Back it up. It's fun that there's out there, but it's not for me. You know what I mean? I'm more interested when I'm doing it. If I'm a bystander, I'm not, the draw isn't there. So if I would have had some boys now, I think every one of them would have played sports. I would be that dad coach, to be honest with you. Everybody in the car, wrestling meet Saturday, let's go. Yeah, I think I'd still be there, but yeah. Happy either way.
We homeschool, so we have like a little disconnect from that public school athleticism geared environment, so we don't really push the athletics a whole lot.
It would be worse. They would have to go through dad gym class, and that would probably be one-on-one wrestling with dad. Some kind of sport. There'd be some kind of roughhousing going on, and homeschooling nonetheless, I think.
Yeah,
they would probably be Why can't we just go to school and
Yeah,
have
we-
gym like normal kids?
Yeah, right. No, you're gonna sit here and get punched in the face. You're gonna learn how to jab. You're gonna learn how to reverse punch, and learn how to take
I didn't
a punch.
say it, but I'm not gonna say no, Chet. About it.
Yeah.
I didn't say it, but I'm not denying it.
Right.
It could have went down like that. But thank goodness I've grown up. It may never went down like that. If I had boys today, it probably wouldn't go down like that. But if I were to rewind 20 years, chances are probably good.
You could still have a boy.
No. I got fixed. Third girl, I seriously went to her and went, I'm gonna fucking pound my cock between those big rocks out front if one of us doesn't get fixed. Oh, it's not you? Cool. I'm getting fixed. And I've actually told that story too on the air. It's fucking actually horribly funny.
I have a
Horribly
buddy.
funny.
I have a buddy who has 5 kids. He had a vasectomy. He just had his 6th kid. The vasectomy is still intact, but his little soldiers somehow found a way, and it's his kid. It's not anyone else's kid. Like legit. Like his vasectomy.
That means that the return of Jesus is near. That's all that means.
Something. The rapture is coming, my man.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There is a slight chance that it can grow back, actually, like bypass, a little bit, or it was never finished right. You're supposed to go back in within like 10 days after and get a test done. But obviously he didn't, maybe. I never did because of the fucking embarrassment. I never went back to that doctor's office, to be honest with each other. Never went back.
Yeah.
Never went back.
I'm doctors don't bother me at all. With all my neck stuff. I mean, I've spent there's nothing they haven't seen on me.
Okay. What about a room full of people? And you are now the subject of teaching.
First surgery ever done in the world on my neck. I've been in rooms full of people.
That's cool though. You have, this is something new, and it's not. I think it's cool. I don't know anybody else that has a fucking throat like that. To be honest with you, I think it's kind of cool. You fucking kick ass survivor, man. You're, shit can happen. You can live a fucking good life. I'm glad to fucking see you. You're fucking bionic, motherfucker.
I
got
metal knees, metal throat.
Still, I would think.
What happened to Red Pill?
Well, actually.
Oh, there he is. I thought he fell out of his chair or something.
Yeah, that tends to happen. Yeah.
Thought that dad kicked you right out of your chair, man.
Oh, I had.
I completely forgot what I was fucking talking about.
I did too.
That's my bad.
Maybe if we had some hair, it would have retained those thoughts. Think people with hair have a better memory than people without hair?
I thought you were talking about being bionic.
He is bionic, and I do remember. It could be. I don't know. I sure hit my head a lot after I took this on, because I used to have long hair. Never hit my head. Shave this motherfucker. Scar territory. I've still beat the shit out of my head. There's some kind of feeler action going there.
Whiskers.
But the embarrassment, I remember now. I got to call out the embarrassment because you were talking about this and I said it was cool. But you were not in the room with a bunch of students during your vasectomy, while mostly women and young males took notes on your penis being flipped back and forth.
Lots and
with
lots
a pencil, as everybody talked about your junk, and then performed a procedure.
All you can hear in the room.
So I'm still going to sit here
pencil on
and
the
call your surgery much cooler, Chitterbot. Just think.
But
would you went
yours
back for that?
Possibly
Much
much more personally uncomfortable.
if I would have left to a room full of clapping people, maybe I would have went back. It's like some kind of like, yeah, no. I
Or
don't
if only you
remember
had
it.
the,
Or maybe if they had gotten larger pads of paper.
all those notes, you got to flip that damn legal pad filled out.
Yeah. They just had those like little super sticky pads. They're like, oh, okay, this isn't going to take very long. We'll do some.
Or if only Eagle had the crystals catchphrase back then.
Yeah.
Terrible experience. I don't suggest it. They actually offered me a discount, and I was paying cash at this time. So I was like, yeah, how bad could this be? Bad. It was not worth the discount.
Damn,
How many
dude,
people?
I wonder if that's how they get everyone, right?
Like I said, there's like 13, 14 people surrounded, enough to completely surround a bed.
Now,
you know
now
what I mean?
was it like the old, like the TV show where they're all up high looking down over you from like a balcony?
No, dude, I imagine
that would have been somewhat personal.
I imagine
that would have been somewhat personal.
They
like
were right around them like a bunch of aliens.
I imagine him actually like in like a lab class, you know, like where he stands up on like the front desk and the rest of the class is just watching and observing.
It was actually a vertical vasectomy.
Yeah.
They didn't put him on a table or anything. They just stood him up and had him hold his...
Even like lazy and just
like,
rotate.
okay, hold your gown up over your head. This is just going to take a second. You're going to feel a small
some kind of
pinch.
embarrassing fucking penis belt to keep my shit out of the fucking way while they worked on my balls while I just stood there. Otherwise, I would have probably had to just shamefully hold it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I first option might have been better. Still embarrassing all the way around.
I can't imagine you wouldn't have had a little bit of fun with it in some way.
I wish I could have say I had a better sense of humor.
No, that's, I mean, the
crystals
catchphrase wasn't there, so you couldn't at least, you couldn't put the people, you couldn't torture the other end of, you know, you couldn't flip it on the people observing, make it uncomfortable for them.
Come in after eating like a Cialis or something.
Mm-hmm. You're like, I don't need the penis belt.
Herbal medicine all the way.
All right, how do we do this? Who's got the biggest foot?
Size 9.
Yeah, that wouldn't end very well, would it?
No.
They did it that way. Imagine if that's how they did it, like way back when it's like sterilized guys. Instead of like cutting it off, they just like put them there and everyone just came up and was like boom, boom, boom. They just like
that's what that
like.
Oddly enough, that's what it felt like, to be honest with each other, Bob. Every stare felt like a fucking kick to the jaw.
Man, after 14 years of martial arts, like getting kicked in the junk is like getting pinched. You know what I mean? It's.
When we were just talking,
you got 14 years there, Cheddar?
I was actually just going to ask.
Wanted to fucking wrestle around with your ass for some reason.
I have
we wouldn't wrestle,
bro.
Once in a while, I have to do memory checks, and I'm glad that you mentioned that because right before we got on the topic of vasectomy, we're talking about athleticism in the household. You have done jujitsu, right? I'm not misremembering that.
Yes.
Okay.
No, not me. I'm looking at studying jujitsu. So, but Bob, you? Yes.
I took jujitsu. I was taking jujitsu before jujitsu was cool. I started in 1986.
Wow.
And I took it for 14 years. So, you know, almost 2010. But in between that, I fell off the cliff and crushed my neck. That's why I had to stop. And I also blew out my ACL. So
you don't want that Husamar Palhares like knee locks. Mm-mm.
No. Actually, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to box or be a fighter because during when I was a teenager, the UFC was just coming out, like just starting. Mm-hmm. And we had this guy in our dojo that was actually security for one of the fighters out in Colorado one year. And he came back and he just was talking about it like it was the best thing ever. And that's what I wanted to do. And then I blew my knee out, and that was pretty much the end of that. So
yeah.
Cheddar Bob, what makes you think we wouldn't wrestle though? With your jiu-jitsu skills, it's all ground game. What makes you think that I wouldn't take you to the ground and it wouldn't be a jiu-jitsu match from there?
Because I wasn't trained to wrestle, man. I was trained to do 3 things. Like, this is back in the 80s. So I was trained to break, maim, and kill. That was like, it wasn't taught as a sport. You know what I mean? It was taught as like legit defend yourself, like in 3 ways.
Right on.
It's just instinctually, I don't wrestle.
As long as we can shake hands when we're done, I'm good.
Oh, dude, I'd give you a big hug. But yeah, just instinctually, my instincts aren't to like stop, I guess, if that makes sense.
Well, I've also had spinal surgeries too for my scoliosis too. Fusion.
What do they do for that?
Well, for me, it's on the bottom. It's like it's fused right to the spine. I don't know how they did it, but it's bone on metal fusion, and then that is a whole,
like a scaffolding.
It's kind of like that. It's the a parallel with the spine. I think it's maybe like in a couple semi-articulated pieces, but the bottom of it towards my tailbone, that's where it's actually like anchored in, and then the top more towards my shoulder blades, that's where it's the top of it, and there's like a protrusion, and I have to build muscle and fat around it, or else or
else it'll poke out.
Yeah, exactly. And that's actually one of the things that slowed me down. Why I was just getting into jiu-jitsu before I even got diagnosed and treated for the scoliosis. But where it pokes out is basically like a fulcrum. And just in the habit of things, the short time that I did do jiu-jitsu, I got comfortable with being on my back, right? And being better at finding, my way to a submission through defense off my back, better than offense on top, because I'm so light, just better. The technique was better for leverage rather than just overpowering people. So being off my back is just what I got more comfortable with. And now, because I have that protrusion, it's literally like a fulcrum. So not only does it just hurt have someone press on my chest onto that point on my back, but now I can be spun around and better maneuvered from on top because of that. So that's
like you're like a top.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I can't imagine that must hurt just anyways wait, so you had surgery after you were doing jiu-jitsu?
I never did it in an actual like class setting. Never was either did it in a gi or had professional training. I just did it with my buddies who did have professional training.
Yeah.
Two of them dropped out of it, and one of them still doing it. I kind of lost contact with him last time I did talk to him. He just got his blue belt, so it's been like a year and a half. I'd hope if he was still really doing it, he'd be almost at his purple, or already have it by now. So
belts are more of a signaling thing, like it's more about, you can be a white belt for 25 years and still have more knowledge than a lot of black belts, like.
Yeah. Well, he always, go ahead. My bad.
Oh, no, I usually end with an so.
Oh, well, he always encourages me. He's like, well, you because like I said, he progressed at it way further than me, and he competes. And then he like, if you picked up where you'd like leave off, you'd pretty much be like a white belt with a stripe at least, you know. So, but I don't know. I don't know, just had fun with it. Didn't really get back into it because I look at it as I never got injured doing it, but because now this situation, I could get injured doing it and probably be way worse than.
So your surgery, the piece of your spine, the fulcrum came after you were trying jujitsu, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right, man. I wonder if there was some way that someone could work with you from perhaps like your side or, you know, doing something like that, because it's wonderful for your body and for your mind and for your spirit. Like it's all positive if you can find a way to kind of switch things around a little bit, you know.
I definitely wouldn't say no to it. Like I said, last time I was talking to my buddy, he wanted to try to get me back into it, and he said that there's someone that, you know, with somewhat similar physical conditions but smaller than me, so that way that they're not gonna, you know, accidentally, you know, hurt me just by having way more power, you know, than me.
And
so
that's why I can't let myself participate anymore, because I can't trust some new, you know, 250-pound guy to not put me in a, you know, I let him put me in a chokehold and he goes too hard and boom, the metal in my neck bends and I'm dead. It's like, I can't trust other people's control issues anymore. So,
yep,
just the way it is. I mean, I loved it. I loved it. Like that's all I did, that and basketball and baseball and golf and martial arts until I was like 20.
The only one I didn't do was the baseball. Ironically, I did do basketball and golf too.
Yeah.
My dad, I hadn't returned to golf because it was one of those times my dad disciplined me. I can't remember if I just started like swearing or getting angry or if I actually threw my club. But my dad was like, all right, that's it. And he just took me off the course and we never went back.
Oh no, that's like some of the most fun you have on the golf course is the throwing of a club and swearing. The combination of curse words is like, I've heard some pretty epic poetry out there, man.
I think he was just trying to like discipline me, and it was too public and there was witnesses. So he was, you know, I was maybe like 11 or 12. So I was throwing a fit and then other people were watching. So he was like playing the dad, you know, doing the dad move and be like, I got to discipline my kid. And fucking.
So to this day, I believe I'm probably wrong, but I'm the only person to be suspended from a golf course for mooning people during a tournament.
Oh my God.
While participating.
You're the Happy Gilmore. You should have reminded me of that. But he's trying to impress that chick in the movie. Where he's like, yeah, I got some records. He was like, I spent the most time in the penalty box. And I'm the only guy that took his skate off and tried to stab someone.
Yeah. I caught a 2-week suspension. I finished the round. I got back up to the clubhouse, and the pro, not the pro, but the clubhouse manager, he's like, Cedric, can you come with me for a minute? And I was like, yeah, man, no problem. I think we had done well in the tournament. And he's like, so you mooned people out on the golf course. I was like, yeah, I did. I was shit-faced. He's like, well, we can't, I've never had this happen before. I don't even know how to deal with this. He's like, I'm going to have to suspend you for 2 weeks. And I was like, suspend me? What do you mean? He's like, just don't come back to the course for 2 weeks. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's cool. I get it. So, yeah. Luckily, we have 2 other golf courses on the island, so. You're muted, Eagle. Am I muted?
No.
No, it's me. It's me.
Oh, okay.
It's me. I
Okay.
didn't realize you muted.
I only paused there because I was waiting for Eagle.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what's going on?
No, it's totally me. And then I couldn't find it because it was hid behind my fucking light there. Stupid shit. At least they let you back. That's what I was saying there, Cheddar Bob.
Yeah.
They let you back on that course?
They did. They did. I actually, I won the President's Cup that year. So now they have like this just stain on their golf course. Championship trophy.
Mm-hmm.
Cedric Damon.
Of a winner.
Yeah.
Cedric the Moon David.
Well, boys, it is way past my bedtime.
I was just gonna say the same thing. I got work to do. So nice seeing you. I'll shoot you my address on Instagram here.
Please do.
And Red Pill, good to see you.
Yeah.
Tony's got his updates.
Yeah.
Stuff's coming along pretty well.
You've been slacking on the updates, man.
No, I've sent him several updates. I think he's a little upset with me right now, but that's a different story. Anyways, have a great night, everyone.
All right, good seeing you.
Or good morning.
Yeah. I got 9 holes waiting for me in about 4 hours. So
kiss the fog. Hello.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I will. All right. Have a good night. Peace out.
Peace,
brother.
All right, that completes another 0.5 wormhole episode.
Yes, sir.
Another good one.
370.5.
Congratulations to, what is it? 3? How many people are getting a t-shirt?
370. Oh,
no,
3.
Yeah. 3.
You want one, Red Pill? Hit me your address. I'll send you one.
Okay.
I'll send you a shirt. How would I not?
All right. I was feeling a little left out. I didn't want to say anything. I need some t-shirt love. I want that t-shirt hug around my body.
It's soft. It's soft.
That polyester. I've been hearing about it. Everyone's raving about it.
It's comfy. It's comfy. You'll see. You'll see.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I'll be sending you that info. Yeah.
I'll be looking for it.
Sweet.
Have a good day, brother.
Yep. You too. Peace out, everyone in the chat. See you guys later. Adios.
That does it. 370.5. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with Smiley and T-Dog earlier when I was still on the table. Smiley holding it down. Got much respect for that dude. T-Dog, a great guest tonight. Still didn't have no quorums about me not showing up. Didn't make a big deal. Nailed down an excellent episode with Smiley. Tons of respect. And everybody that jumped into the wormhole, bingus, Red Pill, Cannatrooper. I think, and Cheddar Bob. Can't forget Cheddar Bob. Cheddar Bob was here. Thank you guys very much for popping in. You guys that won, please do hit me up with that address so I can get your stuff out to you. Wrong fucking song. How you gonna start out like that? And find my speakers. Dank Grower, what's up to you? Good morning, good night to you as well. My fucking speakers going. I don't know why this thing is not playing fucking music. I do have music or commercials. There we go. Hopefully. Oh, today should have been 371. All right. Thank you, Jason. Enjoy that wrench, brother. If you haven't noticed, you're blue. I'll change it. I'll update the numbers. I think T-Dog actually got it right, to be honest with you. Can't make it to tattoo. I'm getting tattooed. Good luck on that tattoo. Rasta Bob, cheers to you. Respect, my friend. Let's get this going. Some cool. Deets House of Dank, Mama Law 710, Scarecrow 420, Green Thumb Bum. Okay. Christina MG 89 Unplugged 705 Medical McGullicuddy, Rick T the Rebel, the 9G207, Fabian Salinas, Dave Not Here, Tom Spook, Greg Walker, Mendo Dope, Dung Beetle, Red Eye Jedi Girls, Mother Nature, Justin Conway, Duckweed, Rumboy 7426, Justin Gooder, Strongman, Okie Grower 75, Corey Trevor, Michael Wall, Small Vision 420, Who's Your Cat Daddy, Taco, Don Slug, Rick S, In the Bushes 827, James Simmons, Kevin Hahn, World's Last Hope, Pats Fan 420, Biomentor, Dirt Road Dude, Kenneth Shiva, Jose Ramirez, Red Eye Rosser, Dab Goblin, Buzz Lightyear, Dr. Buzz Lightyear, 710 Canuck, Ken Queen Genetics, Stabby Tanase, Fumador, Dirtman, Dan, Keith Black Sailed, Mr. Bosilla, Zen Premium Gardens, Rasta Bob, Rasta Jeff, Soiled Root, Small Tubes, Tyler, Frosty Buds, Nor Michigan Micro, Ouija Buds, Sub T Roy, Big Jar Grows, JC, Modern Genetics, SoCal Weed Nerd, John, Last, PPG 15, Green County Grower, CJ Apple, Perfectly Imperfected, Dollar Tree Grower, T1 Productions, Dank Grower, DOA Grow Meds. I'm dropping those seeds today. Miss Nudie Grows. I grew some. Johnny Can't See, Nutrient Shootouts, Naughty Nicky, Zoe and Slammer, NNY, Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's Observation Booth, Clover 420, High Spy, Aldrich 25, Miss Madam T, Sumu, Mo Grower, Mechanic Crate, Loki Grows, Kess, Sess, this guy, Burton 7979, Polish Hammer, Midwest Outlaws 31, Voodoo Ultra, Fred Zone Nerds, Kelly Connection, Wolverine Grown, Big Jar Grows, Jimmy One for Life, Laid Way Back Farmer, D Block, MMP, Nations Creations, Amber Lalonic, Psychedelic Warlock, Artist LD, Sir Sticky, Rob, Big Day 420, Grant Window, Big Ed 1961, Matawana G3, The Green Click, J&K Triple G, Mr. Sprinkler, Brittany and Tyler Tuesday, Hope Farms, Lisa G, John B2 Crazy for You, BGWG420, Dr. Budswell, Purple Thumb, OG, Anthro, Central Media, Anthro, Just Space 420, East Coast Score 420, Sir Howe, Trey Valone, Keep It Real, Hagerton 420, Zeb Zeppelin, Audit Everywhere, BT Double D, Grows, Bingus, Green Puffet Man, Alex Boyka, Chef Life, School of Crop, Cause I Love It, Green Mountain Grower, Southwest Okie, Real 100, 212, Andy Man, Miranda Family Farms, Page Farms, Me All Flower, Ryan Henderson, Green 13, Noob Sailbot Wins, Kingdom Aquaponics, Indra, Michigan Native, Mary Jane's Med Garden, Streamer 77 Double D, Bad Bunny and Nutrients, Mr. Green Pots, Mr. Green Nugs from 619 to 664, Spaniard Kroger, Jones City Grow, Papa G Grows, Raz Amy, Dro Grows, Cass, the Grow From Your Heart podcast, Lily Luna, the Green Med Flock, Jeremiah Miranda, Sony Creek, Lost Art, Mr. No One, LG 420, Giant Mike, Prometheus Soil, Jason Eyestone, P. Win, David Colby, Mason 662, Scroggy Make Scroggerton, The Goddess Grows, Kaylee, Chin Brad Family Farms, Polly P. Bjorg, Kevin Jodry, Mike Concho, Jay Huggins, UDA, Green Tree Hugger, Kush Cloud, Joshua Steensland, Organic Home Buds, Warren Nelson, Cam Wood, Maine, Mystick, Show Love Always, Kelly Stone, Texas OG, Chuck Norris, Sarge S, Claire Fresno, Happy Guy, Dan the Indoor Man, Growing Homies, Hamilton Grows, Clip Smoke, Keystone, Canna Flag, PA, Big High 710, Eugene Greeleaf, Ace Drew Hustle, Fred Darn Carlos, North Arizona, Beer Grow 420, No Solid, Jesse White, Gosh Dang Yeti, Introvert Genetics, So Jake, Vixen Robin, Killer 8 Mo, James Buttercreek, C-Dub from NorCal, The Pharmacy Seed Bank, Deadhead, Smokey 616, Curtis Mahan, Matt Myron, Morte, Rick Heyman, Stephanie Dorr, Antenna Seeds, Carius K, Mike Rubel, so Drew Bear 420, Maxi 751, Lawrence Gonzalez, Slow to Get Up, Stu Moo, Hopco 719, Bake with Shake, Baby, Old Smoke, PWC, Grown Buds, Laura Wash, Mr. Weed Blunt, Old School Grower, Chad Westport, Honcho Growing, Florida Nugs, My Little Piece of Heaven, Pungent Sound Scenes, Goliath Grower, Richard T, Chrissy Wannabe, Mr. Soul, Food Spectrum, Gone God, Lori Henson, Real 2,000 Years of Tradition, Mr. D. Conley, Pimp, or, damn it, I lost my spot. D. Conley, Pimp Jam McBoneyface, Show Me Sasquatch, Fuck Google and you. I'm going well, baby. Canadian Resort, Poor Dirt Fall, Carl Wright, Zephyr, Humble Farms, Tannery Farms, Seldom Seen, Old Park Gardens, Hale 9782, Skunky Pads, Martial Artist 2012, Micro Slave Hafner, Daniel McDizzle, Medically Fit, KGB, Robert Mr. Greenfingers, motherfucking Thomas. Damn commercials. Jane Grower, here is your song you suggested a long time ago. Rancho Costa Planet, Monkey Balls, Andrew Champa, Bobby Lynn Means, Trent Digger, Mr. Mac, Tony Lake Bowling, Bill S. Wee Peace, Tater Delicious, Minty, Country Roots, Here on Fire Genetics, Earth Creeper, Big Ray 420, Teeny Weenie 101, Buds and Hazard, Mr. Club 14, Bearded B-Man Farm 616, Null Up North, Max Crewman, Ruby, Timothy McKimmons, Neo, Justin Beans, Chronic 88, Fat Belly, Real, Jennifer Steele, Cannabis 03, Turk Farmer, Shannon Stevens, Carlitos, Latinos, Cater Country, Mr. Speed, Will Steen, Firesaw, Wally Wookie, The Goddess Grows, Rasta Bob. Again, respect, brother. White Feather Grows, Burning Shrooms, The Dank Grower, or Tone Grows Dank. How did I fuck that up? The K-Man Grows, BX Gunner, Smith, Dude, New Grows, Sean McCann, J Monk's Dink Agenda, Wawa Canna Grow, Fall Dog, Huron Cannabis Council, Alyssa Parrish, Rock Fam, Justice Mix, 420 Ben, Fresh Grow, Thriving Herbs, Hi Boy, Your Mailman Grows, We Be Growing, Australia Grown, Love for the Plan, Argo American, Smart Poker, Unfrozen Caveman, Hawaii's Highest, Surfcraft, Micro Goon, Jeff Lowenfels, Mobius Grows, Dank Brownies, Dandy, Elliot Harkins, Mystic Flavor, The Foraging Gardener, Overwater, Overkill, Seattle Steve, Shadow Warrior, Valley Green 514, Oz Indica, Dr. MJ Coco, Brandon Russ, Matthew Gates, D's Bag, Strong Star, Shotgun Willie, Dink, Yoda, Jay Simmons, Turbo Grows, Clackamas Coop, DJ Conley, Aaron the Grower, Light 1978, Michigan Grown Buds, Your Boy Roy Boy, Delta 9, Jay McDaniels, Clackamas 420, Stinky Colas, Dylan signed for PFC Farms, Husky Garden, Sungrown 707. It's been a minute, brother. Hopefully you hear that. J8 Grows, J420, Cascadian Grows, Tito's McGee, Fort Plants A, Weedworks, Captain Scrog, Skunky Buns, Hans Warrior, Jackie Young, Terry Live, McGaster Tumpy, Annie N, The Urge, Green Jr., Leon from All Purpose Plus, Green Goose, 11 Smiles 11, Bindu Buds, Michael Rasa Plenty, The Riven Bat Boy, Jack Greenstock, you were missed. 420, Boom Farms, Charlie's Farm, 420, Aldridge, 25, Smiley's Garden, JD's, Miss These Nugs. It's been a minute, Miss These Nugs. We miss you. Smoking, Grow Frazier, Grow Koski, Twisted Roots, Faded Farm, 420, Jeff Jarowski, Genetic Memory Farms, Fall 420, Cameron, Mr. Bagsy, Jill Carter, Mystic Marks, Mystic Grower, Ginger Snaps, DTE, Grows A, Rick Wolf, DLP 2372, Ned Denver, Mike Dender, Sergeant Pepper 420, Cannon Trooper, Blind Cat 420, Light Up Again, Tim, UKSIF 420, Buddha Boy, Devin Shipwreck, Medical MJ, Budsville, USA, Resurrection Prophet, Chris Martinez, Dinkman Dan, Dinkman 420, Red Setter Farms, Good Life, Joni Bell, Chicha B, Most Hated Grower, the Major General 420 Army, the American one, W Digger 714, Shirates, Kineos, Genetics, Mountain Skies, ready to hit that hot five. Where you been? Chris Mertz, Ian, Save Robbie, Sergeant Live, Hepa Cam, Finger Lakes Finest, Ridge Patch, Dozer Move, Southern BT Grower, congratulations, Choose Medical, Jared Bear, Plus One Mushroom, Secret City Pioneers, My Little Tent, 2042 Spacewalker, Christian T Mump, T Barrington, Heart and Soul, Homegrown, Mike B, T Dwayne, East Coast Will, Heidi Day, Galactic Gardens, John Smith, Elliptis, My Natural Farms, Pacific Northwest Seeds, Ross, Kyle Paul, and of course Lemon Hoko Trench. Rita's Use of Life, Richard 420, Ramp Manual, for Mary Band, Semi Sizzle 81, 9-inch Colas, Chris Mo, DK Trades, Vision Creator, Guru, The Kind Brew, Canna, Nation, JJ Wire. Oh, it's two, not one. Jay Wawapi, Sean Binns, Rescue Ready, Roadside LLC, Notorious Nugs, Magma Seeds, Father and Son, Trimming Tutorials, Dub T, Dank, Jose Martin Perez, Doggo the Hut, 420, Buck, Chiba Man, GR 420, Community Videos, DMO. Hopefully you have an amazing week, my friend. Detroit River Rat again. Thank you, my friend. Louis Garcia, Michael P, AJ Everyday, Captive Audit, Chatted Bob 13. Thank you for popping on. Main Grower 420, Cook, Cookies, Coop, Jay Kendricks, In for the Grill, Backwoods, All Good, Sally Mansell, Adam Skankin, Chanel Simpson, One Smoke Away, Ganja Rhodes, Kazoo, Aaron Burning Shrooms, Mr. Lincoln Stinkin, Angel Studios, MG, the 420 Grow Tent, Paul Diella, John Fleming, Dankovich, Chemo F Sky, Fibro Flower, Polly P, Seldom Seen, Elevated, Lenny Organic, Sunman, Chiba, Sunny, Jeff Popalik, Ricardo Sosa, Dan J, Earth Friendly Farming's Candy Forest Farmer. Fuck all that. B, the Misfit Grower, Jason Lyon 512, Snake Eyes, Northern 4466, Jason Greystone, Stony Baker Man, MD, Stony Creek, Rust Sonic, French Dweller, Tarzan Superman, Old Man Hermit Hash, Freebird, Mold Grower, Matty Gar, Simple Man, Survival Time, Tim Blake, Goss Coast Chronic, Steve Fat, Caballero, just Caballero, I'm not trying that last one, Harley Grower, Jen God, Steve Collins, Tom Kendricks, Property Maintenance, Sharpie, The Island, Hayes, Scuba Steve Speaks, GR, Rain, Randy K, Steve Collins, TCDR, you another one that's greatly missed, Claire Killian, Wardrobe Farming, Randy Grande, Piff 1000, Ace Boo, 3223, I seen you the other day, Wake Up, Captain Freedom, B, Pupper Smiles, 15 digits, Michigan Ganja Move, Hash, Fred G, Super Bob, Super motherfucking Bob, Groski 808, Weekend at Birdies, K-Bag, Justin Station, Strong Style, Organic, Zippy, iMedic, Honesty, K Little, Me All Flower, Brent Blue, Todd Kendricks again, Kendricks, Newton, KNT, Chris D, Truth Sim, Botons Foe, Natty Dread, Barbara Matthews, Ancient Soul, Grown, Kevin Jiu-Jitsu, Kevin, Canna Health and Happiness, Berserk 215 Collab, Low Cut, Albert Tremley, Mo Main Meds, Raz Benchy, Helen, huge anus, James T, Atomic Spoon, Miss Jill, Big Daddy LT Gardens, High Flyer 420, Lobster Brush Bro, Mother Tree Main, Red Pill, of course, your boy Roy Boy, Aesthetic. Probably fuck that one. Shannon Gibbons, Ruhan, Rick W, Comfortably Numb, One Smoke Away, The 840 Show, Richard Lamb again, Cannabis Pursuit, K Rolling, K Worthing Buzz. Seems like we've been a minute since I've seen Worthy Buzz in chat. Logan Man 81 of the Oil and Flower Podcast, Buddha Blake, what is up? Warren Dixon, Pink Lady Luck, El Mondo 420, surrounded by Keith Ferrari Farms, Fringe Dweller, Single Fathers, Happiness Without Guilt. Holy shit, the list just keeps going. Richard Forums, Daniel Pimenta, Before P-Funk, Nick T, John Reese, Without Bob, Prince Patty, Daniel Bergman, Green Puffin Man, Daniel B. Dungley. I'm never going to get that one right. I might just have to get across that one off instead of embarrass myself. Every night, sorry, B. Dungley. James Chung, Sarge Gross, 818, John Wayne, Culling Roots, Carolina Roots, that is. Sister Golden Hair, Deanna L. Dankarino, KNF, Gardens, Blank, 1030, Choose One, 10, Only Feet, Farmer James, Crypto Dope, HIP Grower, Matt Javine, Dan Marino, Chronic Wonders, Sunrise Grows, Top Floor Genetics, Mole Vision 420, Can 2 Cannabis, Jess Fisher, My Dog Nelly, Rooster, Alex Hardy in the Hardy Gear. Thank you again. That was some amazing hash, brother. Amazing hash. It's been a minute since I seen you in chat. Since your episode, maybe? Question mark? Alex, Rooster, Meddy Cropper, Daniel Grows Photos, Mitten Grown Meds, Sunrise Grows again, of course, my girls, Lexi, Brittany, and Coop, No Limit, 916, Grumpy Toad, Alchemistin. I don't see you in a while either. Can Make, Soil Bone Addiction, Ross, Joe, Alex D, Dirty Ore, Catfish, High Power, Thunder Dan, Propagation Station, John McDaniels, Lisa Marie, Sergeant Grows, 818. Twice now. Blaze Daily, Fried Piper, Perpetual, Eagle Proud Warrior. I still think that one was a setup. Sarah Smiles for you. Frank Usada, Dank Duchess, the Dank Duchess. Kino, Kelly Maxwell, Captain 420. Thank you for your episode. I greatly appreciate it. Look forward to you. Could have popped in tonight, Captain 420. Now I look up and see you right there. 120 to 160 strains. You could have been in chat tonight. Sing Fat, what about Bob Ill? Jester 420, Pop Shrooms, John Grosky, John D, Dugan Gangsta, THC 4, PTSD, T Barrington, Honcho Grown, Swamp Cat, Paul Arrow, Canna Banka, Best of because. Joe D again, Manny D, Canafari. Thank you again for your gifts, man. Those seeds, the hat pins, the slaps. Pretty awesome of you. Send some shirts your way as a thank you. Fo 20 AB Normal. Thank you again for your episode. Looking forward to you popping in. Where are you today? You've been in chat. Franklin Guerrero, Barefeet, J Brent 74, CK Brown Guy 420. Peckaderm 420, Burning Tree, Maine EA, Gray Sun Grow, 207, Hydro Daily, Hemp with Gigi will be here sometime this week. I gotta look at the calendar. Jamie Ream, Supreme Grape. What we got here? Rockefeller, Sony Rockefeller, Caveman Cannabis. We're almost done. What we got here? Brew City Synthetic, Sustainable, Hawaii Sustainable, Midnight Roots, of course. That was an awesome episode. Dead Clinic, Knuckles, Michael D. I can't even read these ones. I scribbled them out of the corner of my eye. Polly, be quick, be nimble. Yeah, that one's right. Hey, cheers, Polly. I seen you in chat tonight. Bud Kilowatts, Michael D. 4889, and of course, Weedus 207. Can't forget Weedus 207. He's not last, but not least, but he is definitely fucking rememberable. You know why I remember that? Because he's never on the list. Huh? He's always last, and last, very memorable. But that does. You're very memorable, Weedus 207. I gotta watch this tattoo, get my ass to bed. Thank you guys very much for tuning in again. It's Monday. Look for the wormhole, 2 a.m. The wormhole, 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I guess I would wink at what, 12 Pacific Standard Time? Yeah. Join me tonight. Hopefully, maybe Captain 420. Some of these other cats I see in chat that has these numbers. Ooh, who else? Rasta Bob. I would love to hear from Rasta Bob. Hint, hint, Rasta Bob. You always check in for the shout outs. Hopefully you're still listening, my friend, my cannabis brother. Come on for the 420 episode. Please hit me up for that, Rasta Bob. I'd love to get you on for the 420 episodes. Pretty please. Let's get you in. Apple Man, Murky Leaves, Problems. I'm whooped. I'm headed off to bed. I love you guys. I'll see you tonight. 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Good morning, good night. However you look at it, you guys know the deal. This is the end of your day, your journey. Get some rest. This is the beginning of your day, which, it's almost 6:30. It should be the beginning of almost all your days. Have an amazing day. Please start out your week with a random act of kindness. Please do something nice for somebody. I love you guys. I'll see you tonight. I am